Welcome to Power Play. I'm Rick Budd, your game master, and these amazing people you see here are Caitlin Bruder, our Bennie Beckett, Omar Najam, our Vian Vigor, and Sam Delev, our Kadrax Eversinger. B Zelda could not be here today. Don't worry, B is fine. Everything's cool. They're off doing B things, like B things. It makes it sound they're like gathering nectar or something and getting ready to make honey. But no, like they're off doing Zelda things. And
Business.
I will mind my own business. Thank you, Sam. And good night, folks. On that, we think we are done. No, but all right. So yeah, we this is we are here for the sixth episode of the fifth season, going into that back half now. So I want to start off by throwing special thanks to Jake and Lauren and our incredible, amazing, fantastic mods, and everybody at QueueTimes who makes this platform run so we can do cool stuff like this and they can do all those other cool shows. Thank you so much, everyone. Your subs and your bits help support QueueTimes, and your donations to the tip jar there on the bottom of the screen help support this show and the people you see on the screen. And to that end, we've got some rewards. Here's how they work. If we get to $50, as usual, the team gets a point of community determination. I think they have 1 point of community determination right now, and only one of the players has their own determination. So determination going at a premium. If we get to $150, the mysterious benefactor, as you know, the team has a mysterious benefactor in the universe who can get them special gifts. We can get the special gifts wherever in space or time they may happen to be. And as we know, outside the universe, that mysterious benefactor is you, the chat. And so far this season, you've gotten the team healing elixir, single-use holographic disguise generator, a gym pass, single-use nanotechnology spray-on armor, and single-use memory pruner, like an MIB, like a Men in Black style neuralizer. And tonight, if we get to $150, you can give the team a single-use distance 6 portal generator. This creates a stable two-way portal between 2 points within distance 6 that lasts for one scene. So yeah, portal generator. If we get to $150, I can already see Sam and Caitlin planning portal mischief. So yeah, that is the mysterious benefactor gift. And if we get to $250, as usual, the after credits lore drop, a revealing glimpse of some important but previously unseen part of our story or universe. You could always see those tiers in chat with the command unlocks. And if you can't support us by donating, you can help us, by liking and commenting on our YouTube videos, sharing tweets and stuff. We really appreciate, help promoting the show. And all the incredible fan art y'all have been doing. As usual, we love fan art. So thank you so much. And you can get Power Play merchandise. There are T-shirts and stickers with Caitlin's wonderful character art, both the original style and the updated. And those are available no longer at the QueueTimes Teespring store. They are available at the new merch store, which I did not seem to write down the name of because
link is in the chat, which is the Stream Elements.
Stream Elements. Thank you, Jake. See, I thought I had wrote it down, but so many details go into planning one of these, folks, that every once in a while you miss something super important, like where you've moved your merch store after 5 weeks of promises. So, yes, new merch store that doesn't do shady NFT crap. So check that out. Let's see, moving along. The game we play here is called Icons. It is published by Ad Infinitum Adventures. It was created by a cool guy named Steve Kenson. You can find him on Twitter at @skenson. The book edition that I have, pictured here, is published by Green Ronin. I don't think they have them in stock anymore, but you can get it as a PDF. And I think sometimes you can get like print to PDF versions from Ad Infinitum directly. I'm not sure if they have those right now, but sometimes they do. Check it out. It's a cool system. You can follow the show at Powerplay RPG on Twitter and Instagram. By the way, if you want to see like all the fan art we've ever got is stored on Instagram. So for you see some of it during the rolls between while we're on a break, but that is where you will find like the exhaustive collection. Power Play is available as a podcast for the podcast inclined. Check that out wherever fine pods are casted. And go check out the Power Play Discord, where you can find the supervillain origin stories that Omar have been writing. They are friggin' incredible. I mean, you have Omar Najam here, actual Marvel superhero, Marvel Cinematic Universe superhero writer from the incredible looking forthcoming Ms. Marvel show, writing your supervillain origin stories for you. So please go check those out. And he's also doing the Port Ruby poetry review, which he is both writing and editing. Omar's written a bunch of those, but there was also a poem a couple of weeks ago from our friend Drac. And this week, our own librarian Liz has put forth just a really fantastic poem. That stuff's for free. Just go check it out in the Discord, please. And thank you so much to everyone who's contributed to that. Thank you, Liz, for that poem this week. And that's the announcements. Time for Power Play. And we are back. So, previously on Power Play. The necklace that Bennie got from Althea the Enlightenist sent Bennie back in time to her family farm on November 15th, 2020. That is it. Caitlin's got the necklace right there. With help from Miranda Vorton, the team was able to follow her. Reunited in Bellwood, Michigan, the team found themselves saving Bennie's childhood friend Priya Singh from the Crow Man, a bizarre creature of urban legend with a penchant for riddles. Vian then activated the time shifter crystal to bring the team back home, but instead they found themselves in the old western town of Graveglen in the year 1871, where they helped Sheriff Virgil Wheeler defend his town from an army of skeleton cowboys and save a man named Maynard Ben Dixon, an ancestor of Vian's good friend Destiny Ben Dixon. The team then jumped again and found themselves in a covert NSA research facility in Washington, D.C., where they were enlisted by their old pal Molly Darnell to help prove she didn't steal a huge shipment of end technology from a secure warehouse. It turns out the shipment was stolen by one of Molly's NSA colleagues who was working for a terrorist organization known as Toxic. In the end, the team captured the bad guy, destroyed the stolen tech, and gave Molly's boss, a mysterious character named only as Bob, the idea to build a super team of his own. And the team then time jumped once again, landing back in Port Ruby's Bray Square, only instead of their time, it appeared they were somewhere in the 1930s. That is where we pick up. Like I said, the streets are filled with classic 1930s era cars and kind of horse-drawn carriages still in use. From the sidewalk, you look around and you can see the alley that you landed in is sandwiched between the Port Ruby Standard Building, which is still there in your own time. You visited Ann Witt there. And the Moonlight Majesty Concert Hall, which is encased in a scaffolding and appears to be undergoing some kinds of renovations. Across the street is Wellington's department store. And as you are all taking that in, Ulez clasps their hands in excitement and says, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's Port Ruby, my Port Ruby. Oh my God, I'm home." And they jump up and down a few times, suddenly coursing with energy, and looks down and goes, "Why am I in control? Is it because this error is so close to when I lived, or maybe it's one of those glitches that Molly told us about? I mean, I usually don't even have my own thoughts. I'm just kind of like a part of Ulez's collective conscience, which is weird and kind of hard to explain if you've never experienced it." And then she just kind of like looks over her body and looks up at you and is like, "This is so cool."
Maria?
Yeah.
Hey,
Whoa.
Maria.
Hey,
none of us have gotten we haven't had a chance to talk to her before, right? It's just Ulez.
Just Ulez, really. I think you've exchanged a few words with, when she was in her Orson.
Right.
Just a couple.
Okay, just wanted to get yes.
I know this place. I've been here with my dad, wow, my dad, my mom, my dad. I gotta find them and tell them I'm okay. And then she kind of looks down at her body and says, "But I can't go dressed like this. Mother would never stand for it. I need new clothes." And she points to Wellington's department store across the street. And she's like, "Daddy has a shopping account there. I know the number. Let's all get new clothes."
Yeah.
Great. And you're all standing pretty close together. So in kind of one deft movement, she hugs the three of you. And then there's a crackle of green energy and bamf, you all disappear. And the next thing you know, you are standing in the junior girls section of Wellington's department store. Maria runs to a display and picks up a dress that is sized for a 13-year-old and kind of holds it up to herself and goes, maybe this isn't my section anymore. Everyone go find whatever you want. We'll meet back at the checkout counter in 30 minutes. And then crackle of green and bamf, she's gone.
Should we be worried about that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. Concern. Okay.
Yeah, Maria taking over Ulez's body. That's definitely something we should check in on, right? Okay.
Yeah. By what means, though?
Just talking with Maria about or can we see if we can contact Ulez in some way and just make sure that everything's all right?
I mean, Ulez was always kind of aware that Maria was in there somewhere or combined at some point. Maybe Maria can just tell us that Ulez is okay?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
We will observe and protect them both.
Yes.
That sounds like a great idea.
Okay.
In that vein, I cannot at this moment observe them. Where are they?
They popped off, I think, to go get some clothes.
Benny's gonna see if there's like a catalog anywhere of like what's in vogue right now, because I don't know if this is a time frame that this is a time frame that is not like with cowboy stuff. You could probably just like pick some stuff for the rack. But this is a very big department store in an era where fashion is a thing. So Benny's gonna like pull up some try to find like a somewhere with some catalogs and see if we can skim through before we start looking around.
Sure. Does anybody know what they want? We'll say you all kind of get to go on like a little browsing tour. By the way, it looks like our first goal has been opened. So thank you so much, everyone. You now have 1 extra point of community determination. And if we get to the mysterious benefactor gift, the next prize, the next reward for you is the portal generator.
Yes, thank you. Good question. Really quickly, Rick, is there like a newspaper around?
Certainly there could be a copy of the Port Ruby Standard folded on a table in the corner. This is an old-timey department store. They're very kind of high service because most of the people who shop here are on the wealthier side.
I'm going to quickly check out that newspaper and see if there's anything of interest on the cover or in the first few pages, because we were brought to this exact moment for a reason. I'd like just to see if I can glean some context for how I might want to dress.
The cover of the newspaper, you see that the Port Ruby Mountaineers are just swept their most recent series, and the sports writers believe that if they can keep it up, they might have a trip to the World Series ahead of them.
Oh, okay.
You can see what else can you see?
There's no like crime or anything that I pick up on the first few pages where it's like this mysterious incident's been going on.
Another murder.
Another mysterious crime that can only happen with superpowers.
No, nothing in today's paper.
Okay, great. In that case, I'm getting some nice casual wear. I'm 100% just gonna get like a big like shoulder jacket and a 3-button vest, and just like some nice pressed pants.
Okay.
Some nice shoes.
I like the sound of that.
Very much. Vian is basing this off of like the Fox Noir films, not the Columbia ones. Even though Columbia's got some really good ones that are famous, I personally prefer the Fox Studio Noirs because they were just like a little bit grittier and kind of like every film was like, by the way, the cop's the bad guy. So so that's
we're pre-code here. Yeah,
exactly. I want to get some pre-code. Yeah, like a 1930s suit with a big hat that can hide my face.
All right. Yeah. In fact, you're getting some looks for being a man walking around without a hat.
Great.
Kadrax, any thought about what you might like?
I think Kadrax will probably look over Benny's shoulder at the catalog and go off of whatever looks most like whatever model or illustration most looks like Kadrax.
Yes.
But if I did not use this as an opportunity to put my own character in a three-piece suit, I would be remiss. It would be, frankly, a crime, and not the kind that I am willing on this day to commit. No, we do other crimes. There's a certain threshold. Anyway,
love it, Bennie.
Yes.
Do you know what you want?
Yeah, so I'm assuming like this is a big city, so I'm assuming Benny could probably find some like high fashion, like the really, really wide leg, almost gaucho pants that look like a skirt when your legs are close enough together, but are not skirt because I think she's gonna do her darndest to not wear dresses. I think it just seems if we're doing adventuring, she doesn't want to wear a dress or a skirt.
No, we're post-20s. There's like so much fashion that's specifically aimed at that. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So I want to get one of those like probably like just belly button height pants where it's like tight for a few inches and then kind of like flares out, but like not like flare pants, like fully like it looks like a skirt, but it is pants. And then probably, gosh, some sort of like a shirt. So because it's so tight in the middle, she can wear like a boxier shirt that's kind of like square, maybe with like buttons, and then shoes that are like thick soled and like tie, but like low cut by where the tongue would be. I think that's what she's looking for.
I like it. Wow, I like how much thought you've put into this just in these like 3 minutes that we've been sitting here.
I have Google Images open.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are like 4 tabs happening here.
Mm-hmm.
So you all take your new clothes to the checkout counter, and while you're waiting for Maria, the woman behind the counter is listening to one of those big old-timey transistor radios, and you hear the news. This is WPRB News, and I am your anchor, Randolph Knight. Tragedy struck this morning when 2 workers were killed in an accident during the construction of the McQuilly Bridge. When completed, the 7,500-foot span of the new bridge will connect Monroe Harbor to the Ridge Gardens neighborhood of Baronsdale. Reached for comment, Mayor William Hyde Sanford regretted the incident, but reiterated the importance of the new bridge to the city's economy. Meanwhile, the Board of Trustees of the Port Ruby Museum of World History announced that this September, the museum will be devoting an entire wing to the history of Port Ruby itself. The new exhibit is expected to feature artifacts from the Revolutionary War, the Age of Exploration, and even earlier. And finally, did someone say secret marriage? That's right. Gossip sources report musical comedy star Linda Keene has been secretly married to the Russian ballet artist Petrov. Reached for comment, Keene dismissed the report as ridiculous lies. And as it's cutting to commercial, bamf, Maria appears, and she's wearing one of those like 1930s kind of like Ginger Rogers dresses with like the enormous collar and a flapper hat. And the woman behind the counter is absolutely startled by Maria's just sudden appearance. Maria doesn't care, though. She says, charge everything to the Serrano account. And the woman's, you will need the account number. And Maria's like, 505-62113. And put a little something on it for yourself, too. And then she turns around and looks at you and she says, Dad always says that. Okay, who's excited to meet my folks?
Yeah, I for one.
Yes. I would love to meet the people who ultimately endow my hospital.
Yes. Okay. So we should be aware, Maria, that you don't look like how they remember. And also, if you've already been missing in this time, this might be a lot of a shock. We're walking. I want to not have this in front of the cashier. It might be a lot to take it in. So just keep that in mind. You know. this is your time and stuff, but also we don't want to scare the. She stopped herself from swearing pants off your parents.
Yeah, I think I had actually killed 2 years ago. So maybe and then as she's sort of talking, you can hear sirens outside. At first just one, and then another, and then lots of them, and suddenly a police car shoots by the store's front window, and then another, and then 2 more, and then 3 more, and then 5 more.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna start chasing after the police vehicles.
Oh goodness. Okay.
All right, you head out onto the sidewalk. Maria follows close behind, and you can all see from right in front of the department store, the police cars are surrounding a building way down the street.
Okay, I'll keep going down to check out the buildings.
Yeah, and you start running down there, and everybody's following.
Yes.
Okay. And it turns out the police are surrounding the First National Bank of Port Ruby. A crowd has gathered out front, and the police are holding them back, and you can hear someone say, "It must be a bank robbery." And Maria folds her arms and says, "These stupid people. They don't know the police are probably worse than the robbers." I mean, and as she starts kind of grumbling, the front doors of the bank fly open, and 2 gangsters come running out, dark pinstripe suits, fedoras, and both carrying guns. Do me a favor. Everybody give me an intellect roll.
In previous episodes, we met unsuccessful bank robbers.
Yes.
Let's find out about these.
Can I add investigation to this, Rick?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. 13.
Is it relevant to add weapons to this?
Sure.
Ooh.
So you got a 13, you got an 8. What did you get, Kadrax?
9.
9. Okay. Vian, immediately you can tell there's something weird about their guns. And Kadrax, you kind of, once Vian has pointed that out, you can kind of see that this technology is fairly futuristic. You look at these and you're like, these do not look like Earth weapons that I have seen before. And through a PA speaker on one of the cars, let's say the police cars, the officer in charge, who I'll say is played by, Jeffrey Donovan, he says, lay your weapons on the ground and put your hands in the air. And the gangsters both laugh, and one of them says, "Hey, yeah, maybe we'll do that, copper, or maybe we'll do this." And he points one of those strange futuristic guns at the cop car in front of him and pulls the trigger. And there is this high-pitched hum, and the car immediately crumbles like it was hit with like an invisible wrecking ball, and it goes flying into the 2 cop cars right behind it. The cops all go ducking for cover behind whatever they can find, and a stunned murmur kind of shoots through the whole crowd of onlookers. Kadrax, the moment that weapon was discharged, a chill kind of shot through you. It was shooting a blast of harmonic resonance. And the vibrations that you are so attuned to when it comes to things like this were nearly identical to a star choir voice.
Oh no. Because the right answer is still bum rushing them. But now it's way more dangerous.
So there's a lot of people around.
There's a whole
Did
crowd.
anyone
This is like
scatter when a car was thrown? Because that seems scary. That seems
they
like a
backed
screaming
up
running.
a little bit, but these
It's
are
still a spectacle.
Yeah, these are people,
1930s
so they're stupid.
Crowd,
Right,
go home.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but they don't have Twitter. Who are they going to tell?
Yeah, right.
Are you getting involved in this?
Well, yeah, we got
Immediately
to.
and instinctively.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Kadrax, roll initiative, or everybody roll initiative.
Yeah, it'll decide what's going on. Ooh, bad.
Benny 6.
5.
12.
Vian 5. Kadrax 12. All right, so it'll be Kadrax, Benny, Vian, and then the gangsters. Kadrax, you are up first. There are 2 of these gangsters, both armed with the same type of weapon.
Okay. I'm going to bum rush them. I'm going to get inside the effective range of their weaponry. And I am going... Actually, I suppose I should ask, since I'm familiar with the forces involved, do I feel confident of being able to disable the weaponry? It's not like a firing pin like I usually do. But I know I made a weapons check on a 9, so...
Weapons check on a 9. You are not quite sure. You have never seen anything like this before and are not quite sure how it operates or what the guns are made of or whether or not, with a 9, I can't tell you, what the outcome is, but you would at least have a thought that it's like, if these guns shoot harmonic resonance bolts like your voice might, they might be sort of built out of something that can't be damaged by something like your voice so that they don't sort of self-destruct every time they're fired.
Right.
By the way, we have opened the second tier, so y'all have your distance 6 portal generator. Thank you so much, everybody.
A few miles, so we can probably have a stable portal for a scene within Port Ruby, or at least a good chunk of it.
Yes, you can do a lot of damage with that. So.
Cool. So Pokemon type rules apply. Perfect. That means you go for the meat sacks. I'm going to burst blast the men.
Okay. Give me right. You have burst, so just give me your blast roll.
Mm-hmm. I just need to double check what that adds to. 7 plus 6 plus 3, 16.
16.
I think it might have been.
All right.
Wait, it was way more. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
yes.
Way more than it's a massive success.
No, I think it is right. 6 plus 7 plus 3. Yeah, 13.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus
16.
1.
Nah. Yeah, I got there. I'm so sorry. Bad math.
Yeah, okay.
Major success. Only major.
Major success. So major success is a stun outcome, I believe. So you fire a blast at the 2 of them. It just knocks both guys right off their feet. And we'll say with a stun outcome, they are both they were not expecting that. They were all cocky with those cops and expecting they were expecting bullets and nightsticks. They were not expecting a blast of harmonic resonance coming back at them. So they are just on the ground. And both of them, so you got 16 and your blast right now is 9.
Yes.
Okay. Neither of them look too good at this point. So that brings up Benny.
No, I don't think so. I thought I got way, way lower than everybody.
I had Kadrax, Benny, Vian, then the gangsters.
Oh, Vian, what was your initiative?
You got a 5. You got
a
5.
Okay. I don't know why I thought I got lower than everybody. Okay. They're on the ground?
Yeah, and looking pretty ragged.
Do they still have their guns?
They are holding on to their guns, but they do not look like they have the wherewithal to aim or shoot for at least another round.
That's fair. I'm gonna run up. Betty, I think, is very nervous about the fact that we are not. This is not our time. I don't know what the knowledge of supers is at this point. I don't want to mess anything up for anybody out here who might be super whatever. And there's a lot of people here, so I want to run up and crouch down over one of them and I want to try it. I don't know if it's a prowess or a coordination, but I want to grab one of the guns and turn just my arm to lava. But I want to use my body to shield from as much of the like police force as I can.
And you're gonna try and like melt the gun? Is that the deal?
Or render it useless, whatever. Just hopefully some magma to a potentially delicate or particularly sensitive sound.
So
sensitive
you're kind of
weapon.
like,
Sorry,
yeah.
I was gonna. Quick question. As the city behind me burns for some reason. It's summer in Los Angeles again. Welcome to March. In terms of combining moves and moments, I'm trying to remember exactly how it works in the system because I would like to give Bennie some illusion cover for this so you don't have to worry about it. Just like a cloud of smoke.
Could I save my action until after Vian goes? Is that a thing that we can do? Can we rearrange order? Can I hold?
You know, I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't remember.
Like,
we never do this.
It wouldn't be like a combined task, right?
Because that's when you're doing the same check.
Yeah.
You're creating kind of like it's a maneuver almost.
Oh, you know what? It's a pyramid task. Is kind of
right. I was going to ask, is it a pyramid task?
Yeah.
It's not a combined task. It's a pyramid task.
One person does this, the other person does. Yeah. That's what happened with the train that we did forever ago.
Yep. And the starship when you were headed towards the spire. So tell you what, let's do it like that. Vian, give me a roll. Big magic, little magic to turn on illusion.
Great. I'm gonna do big magic, but I'm gonna do it at 5. It's been going well so far.
Okay, what'd you get?
I got to turn it on, I got a 12.
You just made it. Yeah, okay, it's on. This close, man.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay, great. And then I'll roll for 5, but this is 7 plus roll. That's an 11.
Okay, and you're creating like some smoke. Is that the deal?
I'm just gonna like quickly cast as Benny's running up, like smoke billows out of the bank, like out of the doors, as if like something went off just to cover them.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. It suddenly appears from the point of view of the cops that there's some smoke coming out of the bank, and you can see them like pointing and kind of, whispering, or kind of, talking about what they should do. And while that is all going on and the cops are sort of distracted by the smoke, Bennie, okay, so your movement is free. You're kind of running in there.
Yes.
And you're trying to snatch one of the guns away from the gangster.
I don't even need away. I just need a hand on it. So I don't know what type of check that would be.
That sounds to me like
coordination.
it is. There's a name for this. A grabbing role.
Yeah.
So,
which I'm right, coordination, right?
When you want to grab or wrest something out of an opponent's grasp, make a test of the lower of your prowess or strength against the opponent's strength.
Great, even better. Awesome. All right. That's a bad roll, but it's a 9.
You are not able. That guy is pretty strong, 1930s gangster man. Okay. You can see that suit's pretty snug. It looks like he's got some big muscles under there, and you try and grab that thing, and they're surprised that it's like even in his stunned state, he's just holding on to that.
Do I get a hand on it?
Because
that's all I want. I wasn't trying to take it from him. I just wanted to get a hand on it, which is why I was saying it might be a coordination roll.
Okay, that's fair, I guess. Right, you're not.
But I mean, if you wanted to have like wrenched it out of my hands, that's fine too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like you're able to kind of like briefly touch it, but like he kind of pulls it back.
Okay, and then I think because our plan had been to magma the gun, I think she would attempt to like turn her arm into lava just to have it ready.
All right. For you, because of your new minor change, you can lava up instantly without having to wait. So
she expects it to go flame first and then like crackle into lava like it normally does, but her arm, I think it just immediately goes to lava, and I think she's startled by that for a second, and then was like, okay, we're focusing, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah, that's never happened to you before. No. And like you were a little unprepared for it to work that well. Mm-hmm. And the gangster on the ground, when he sees that happen, he also sort of just like, flinches. This is the kind of guy with one of those like faces of stone, who's never scared of anything, and he's never quite seen anything like that.
Oh, 5'5", Benny's kind of gonna take like a stomp forward, like, like lean into that, like even though she's kind of freaked out too by what just happened.
So yeah, he's so sort of absorbed by watching your flaming arm, he doesn't do anything. And the other guy kind of tries to pick his gun up, but he's still stunned from Kadrax's blast, and he's just not able to aim or do anything, and just kind of keeps trying to shake his head clear. Which brings up Kadrax again.
He tries to bring up the gun. Silence that. I'll blast again.
Are you doing
Burst, yes.
burst? Yeah. Okay. Give me last roll.
Are you mechanically lava, Benny?
Just my arm. So I don't think that gives me any resistance.
For soak?
Mm-mm.
So if you think I have time, Rick, because we're both kind of run up to them. Can I look over my shoulder at Benny and get a read? I can go for one. Or just enough to get the read off of you as to whether you'd prefer to take the AoE.
Yeah,
Benny...
no, you can do this. Yeah, go for it. I mean, like, you can ask Benny, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Benny will just nod. Be like, yeah, go for it. We'll see it. It's fine. That's fine. I'll eat it. It's okay.
14.
14. That is a moderate success, which knocks both of these guys out.
Should I roll to resist?
Yeah.
Benny, you...
It's versus coordination.
Oh, coordination.
Versus
okay.
coordination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no way.
Yeah, you should.
There's no way. No. Oh, that's that's a 5.
A 5? Wait, 5 total or 5?
5
plus?
total, baby.
Oof. Benny, you take 9 points of damage, which brings you down to 5 stamina. That hurts. You just get blasted back, like into, let's say, like one of that crumbled up police car that was behind you. But otherwise, Kadrax, those two gangsters are just totally knocked out now. And a couple of the cops sort of run up to you, Benny, and they're like, Miss, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Oh yeah, never better. Okay. And so like sit up. I think that hit probably knocked her lava off. She rolled a 1. That was bad.
and totally knocked the wind out of you. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
You are a little shaken
knocked
by
the
that.
fire out of me too. Okay, yeah. I'm good, she says loudly enough that Kadrax can hear. I'm okay. It's okay.
But while you are getting your wherewithal back, you feel Maria's hand on your shoulder, and sorry, I only rolled a 1. But you are able to take back 5 points of stamina, which brings you back to 10.
Thank you, Maria.
And she's like, no problem. It's so cool to be able to do that. And while you were kind of getting your wind back, what are the two of you doing, Vian, Kadrax?
I would like to yoink the undamaged weapon for further analysis at a secondary location.
Yeah,
this concerns me tremendously, and while everyone is checking in on Benny and I'm feeling mildly guilty a few feet away.
Kadrax, make a coordination roll, because there are cops everywhere and you're trying to take, a weapon
they have
off the
smoke cover.
crime.
They have smoke cover right now.
That is true. Okay.
Yep.
I will take that into account when I set the difficulty. Good call, Caitlin.
Okay. Can I add weapons? When you're asking questions like that, it ain't great. 9.
Okay. You snatch it off the ground and you kind of look around, and you don't think anyone clocked you. And that head cop kind of walks over to one of the gangsters and reaches down and picks his head up and kind of smacks the guy, and he smacks the guy again, and the gangster's eyes start to open, and the cop goes, well, if it isn't Philly Gardner, still working for Twister Whitlow. And Philly goes, go screw, copper. And the cop goes, and drops the guy's head back to the pavement. And he turns around and looks at the three of you. And who might you be?
I'm going to really quickly. We've already burned our psychic paper, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. But it is still
Gee
what it
whiz.
is, which is to say,
Oh, is that
library.
is that
library
right?
people.
library
inspector.
services.
Yeah.
Inspectors.
Okay, yeah.
Who's a
We should go for
library
that.
services inspector. or
I
something.
would like to dissipate if it's all right with everybody, I'll dissipate the smoke. And I would like to cast emotional control on this cop.
Nice.
Emotion control.
Big magic or little magic?
I'm gonna do this with big magic.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit it at level 5. This has been working out ish for me. So to turn on, this is 8+ roll. Oh no, that was a 1. 9.
You're doing so good today.
You are not able to get it on.
Just some concerned citizens, sir.
Oh, that was some mighty nice fighting for some concerned citizens.
I mean, I didn't do anything. I just kind of stood by and watched the smoke rolling and out. That was interesting.
Well, I'm glad you're the brave types, because these two work for Twister Whitlow, and he's not a very nice man.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Why do we know
Twister?
that name, Rick? I'm so sorry. Why do we know that name? I do, because I recognize it and I can't. I'm
I know.
skimming my notes very fast, but I take handwritten notes, which means I can't control F.
Twister
was it?
Whitlow,
Was it a-
Benny, when you were a little kid,
it all.
you went looking for Twister Whitlow's gold with your friends.
That's what it is. I knew it was my thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Wrong notebook then. Okay. Continue. Sorry.
So that, like that, you might actually be doing this in the moment. It's like, where do I know that name? Where do I know that name? Because like for you, that was, how old were you in that? 15 or 14
like
or something
12,
like that?
11.
12. Yeah,
maybe.
you were really young.
Okay. This is amazing. Okay, I was like, why do I know that name? I do. Okay, continue. Sorry, I'm very excited.
Yeah, and the cop's like, there's a big reward out for old Twister ever since he escaped the Springworth Correctional Facility back in June.
Okay.
And then he looks down at the gangster on the floor. He's like, if you tell us where he is, maybe I'll cut you in on it. And the gangster's like, go screw, copper.
Is
Hold
Twister
on.
Whitlow known for having access to exotic weaponry like this? I'm concerned. It doesn't seem of American origin.
And the cop cop looks at you and is like, Twister Whitlow is known for stealing whatever he could get his hands on, so probably just took it from somewhere.
Interesting. I would like
Maybe this one knows.
I would like to cast telepathy.
What level?
I'm gonna try it again. Level 5. 8+ roll. But I'm using big magic, so it's 7. 8+ roll. 8+ roll. 12.
And you just narrowly get it on. Let's get it on. All right. So,
Okay,
yeah.
it wasn't just me. Thank you.
Sorry.
I've been doing
I will try to be more careful about my turn to freeze. So yeah, your telekinesis is on at level 5. Sorry, you said telepathy is on at level 5.
That's right.
So this is the power to read minds and transmit your thoughts. You roll a telepathy versus willpower test on an unwilling subject.
Yes. So I got to roll against his willpower.
You're trying to read the cop or the gangster?
The gangster.
Okay.
I got a 10.
All right. you feel like you're in. What are you what are you hunting around for in there?
I'm gonna kneel down, and Vian smiles. He's just now in noir mode. This is like absolute gumshoe mode, and just kneels down and goes, "No, this one's not gonna tell us. This one's not gonna tell us. You know why, cop?" And I turn back because you don't know. You're talking about a small fish in a very big pond over here, and this guy, and I kick him a little bit. He wouldn't know. It wouldn't even be at the front of his head because he ain't told. That information's only for the important guys, isn't that right? And I look down at him. And while I'm doing that, I'm just like combing his brain for like the location.
Well, while you sort of say something like, that information is only for the important guys, you set like this kind of like surge of, almost resentment in the guy. And you get the feeling that Twister has a hideout somewhere, but he actually doesn't really know where it is. He's closer to hired muscle, and all he knows is that he was supposed to get the loot from the bank and then stash it at a pickup spot.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't even know where he was supposed to take this cash once he got it. This guy. And I kick him again. There's absolutely no way. Again, a very tiny fish. Vian's realizing that he like should have prepared with a little bit more like noir essence. A really small fish in a very big pond. This one over here.
I love this because, like, just by mentioning it, it's one of those things where you tell somebody, like, don't think of the color red, and it's like just by mentioning it, like, he can't help but think that the drop-off spot is in a field in a neighborhood called West Knoll. Jake, can we put up the 1934 Avalon map? And you can see West Knoll there all the way on the west side of the island in Midtown, just right next to the word Avalon. The Avalon at this point is not nearly as developed as it was in your day. A lot of the buildings, especially as you get further and further from Bray Square, are a lot smaller. The neighborhood's a lot more spread apart. And West Knoll is, just sort of all the way by the western shore there. Anything else you're looking for in this guy's head?
Is there anything else I can glean sort of right now before saying anything about the drop off? Like the process of it? Is it just like chuck it into a tree, like by the roots and walk off? That kind of thing?
What did you get? You got
a 10.
10.
If not, I can badger him more. I can do it all day.
You're supposed to drop the loot. He's supposed to drop the loot in a well. And as far as he knows, Twister Whitlow will come by and fish it out later. Twister loves stashing stuff in wells.
He sure does. I think Benny's just sitting there like, do not open your mouth right now. Do not open.
I would okay, so Vian's doing this like totally like fake like noir interrogation and like turns to like his friends to like say something and then like looks at the doc and then looks over at Benny and Benny is just like bugging out. Just like
yes, totally.
And Vian has like a moment of like, what the hell's going on with Benny? Okay. And turns back. Well, good luck with the investigation, cop.
And the cop's like, yeah. What's your name again?
My name is Detective Vigor, PI.
Another piece of garbage, PI. Get off my crime scene.
Maybe you do a better job stopping the crime to begin with. Maybe I'll have a little bit less work. I can take a vacation finally. And I tip my hat and start to stroll
No
off.
need to further antagonize the good officer. Lead him away. And thereby having been kicked off the crime scene with the weapon. Bye!
Yeah, and as you're walking away, like Maria turns around and like gives the finger to all the cops. And where do you head?
Like we round the corner, I want to say. Like as I'm kind of like grumbling a little bit, and like Kadrax is like, all right, enough, like she thinks the horse is a doctor. And pulls me around the corner. Or like we go around the corner, and that's the second I spin around and go, all right, I know exactly where the drop off is. And the thing is, I got a real good look at those two. Would you both like to take on those images?
I understand.
Maybe not here in the. Wait till we get there, maybe.
Once we
but
get
sure,
there.
yeah, that'd be cool.
It's a well
Oh,
that we just got to
Jesus
stake
Christ.
out.
Did-
Hey, yeah, real quick, Benny, what's going on with you?
Did I ever tell you guys about treasure hunting when I was a kid?
The concept of it?
That we did it. Me and you've met Priya and Will.
Right.
Oh, the Corvid.
Yes. We found Twister Whitlow's treasure when we were like 11 or 12.
This one?
Really not.
I-
Again, they fail at bank robbery.
Yeah. It was like jewels or something weird, Rick. Like it was like there was golden stuff in there.
Yeah, you never actually saw what was.
No, we
in
didn't.
there,
We just had
so
the box.
You just had the box. Yeah, the box was taken by a guy named Ozzy Deegan.
Ozzy, yeah.
Mhm.
And we saw him take the necklace out of it, but like as an audience, not from in character.
Yeah, as an audience, we saw
yes.
that, right?
Yeah. And I punched a sheriff or something. Someone punched a sheriff.
Oh yeah, you kicked
Yeah.
the crap out of the sheriff. Yeah.
I think Will punched the sheriff, and I started on fire on purpose for the first time in my life.
Oh yeah.
mhm,
Right, Will. Yes. Okay.
mhm,
It's all
mhm.
coming back to me now. And while
Yeah.
you're telling the story,
Yeah,
you kind
Benny
of
Benny
look
gives
over-
spark notes of
Your
all
origin
of that.
one shot,
I don't know why he would have had treasure in Bellwood, Michigan, but he did put it in a
Interesting.
well, so that seems to be his thing.
Okay. Good to know. The man likes wells. All right. So
While you're thinking about what to do, you sort of look over and you see Maria's over on the corner with a bunch of like little kids, and she's like sort of like walking around going like, "Oh, I am an evil robot from space. I am going to conquer your planet." The kids are like laughing and cheering.
that's great. Honestly, if Maria wants to just like kick it for a bit, that's a good time.
Okay, so
We
we
should
gotta
find
go.
out where the weapons are coming from, though.
Yes, we can
Kadrax,
intercept that.
real quick, Doc, am I wrong in saying that?
No, it absolutely was, and it is a subject of extreme concern given that, to the best of my knowledge, no member of the Star Choir was here at that time. It would have been very foolish to conduct an invasion without having been briefed on previous reconnaissance, even decades-old information.
Hold on, then. In that case, does that mean that this weaponry traveled through time?
It's not the only possibility.
Okay.
How often people like defect from the Star Choir very often? Is that a thing that happens? Like, could someone
I
have
would
just
have
made their way
said
here on their own?
no before I returned home. Now I think I should say, if there are defectors, I would not know.
That's
Well, let's find out what this Twister fellow's up to and where this weapon originally came from, because that, I don't know, robbing a bank with alien technology ain't exactly great.
No, it's very effective. Have I not discussed this with you?
Oh, no. I mean, you, am I mistaken? You robbed a bank yourself?
It was a vault. I'm not sure that it is taxonomically a bank.
Yeah, but also you did that kind of by yourself. That was really impressive. You know, it took two of these folks to get, captured. Whereas you, I believe you got someone captured and you escaped, and also it was successful in two ways.
That is very generous of you to say.
Are you blushing right now, Doc? What's going on here?
Sam is. Okay.
as if we haven't like at length told them how cool that whole stun was. Like it comes up all the time.
Know how much they talk about it though. Like other than that they robbed a thing, I guess, and got Curtis in trouble. I don't know that they would have shared a lot of details. That doesn't really seem like it. Let me tell you about my exploits.
Oh no, I mean us at the table. We tell you all the time how cool we think that was.
Yeah, in real life, outside the game.
Okay. We're new topic.
All right, so
well, let us turn into unsuccessful bank robbers and jump into a well.
Okay, well, most of that I think is probably what's going to end up. I mean, if you both want to jump in the well, that's fine too. But I think the payload is supposed to go in the well. Okay, let's go.
You were the one who determined this by telepathic magic. I defer to you.
So what are you doing? You walking to West Null? You flying? You teleporting? What's the deal?
I think we should
Before
ask Maria if she's good putting off parental visits for a little bit.
And you turn around and she's like doing the Charleston or something like that for these kids who are like still cheering for her.
That's so cute. I don't want her,
Maria,
to get herself in trouble roaming around.
And then as you say that, Kadrax is like, bamf, bamf, and she just like teleports like right down the sidewalk to you. It's like, yes?
We intend to combat and take down someone who is trafficking in alien weaponry.
Ooh, that sounds like something that Beatrix Blast would do. I'm so in.
We are glad to have your cooperation.
I just wish I had my gun, but okay.
Oh,
I subconsciously clutch the gun a little closer to me.
You've got blast built in your hands now, so.
Yeah, but my hands don't say Beatrix Blast. All right.
Oh, we could get a dry erase marker. That'd be fun.
Can we?
I don't know if that exists here. Okay. I should stop saying things I can't promise. But we got distracted by the sirens, etc. But we were gonna ask earlier, just to like check in. Are you feeling okay? Can you still feel Ules in there? Like, are we good? It's new. This isn't the normal configuration, and we just want to make sure that you're doing okay.
And she's like, let me check. She like closes her eyes. I don't know how to check.
That's okay. You know what? I've just figured we'd try. But like, are you good? Like, you're not like.
Oh, I'm having a blast.
Okay.
I missed the smell of this place. And she's like, and to the three of you, like it kind of smells like a city street. It's like, but she seems to be enjoying herself.
Okay.
I'm glad you were enjoying the smell of your home space-time. Before we depart, I realize, do we see anyone else leaving who might have observed the robbers? A scout, a lookout of any kind who might tip off Twister.
Good point.
You are welcome to make an intellect roll.
So I think it's as I went up
like
to call Maria, I'd like to just take a look back out onto the street.
Probably do a flyover if you want to check rooftops.
I probably could, but this is really an as we're
Just
leaving kind of thing, given that we're starting to narrate it away.
I'll join in with you really quickly for a roll.
So that's a 10.
12.
I'll chat with Maria because I won't be helpful here.
Yeah, and Maria starts just running down the plots of like Beatrix Blast serials to you and stuff like that. The two of you kind of, Vian and Kadrax, you sort of, scout the crowd a little bit, kind of look, but if there was any scout or anything, they're either long gone or you don't see them.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, well, then we shall impersonate the criminals and hope for the best.
Great. It sounds like one of my plans. Okay, great. We'll make our way over. Do we want to fly? Do we want to teleport?
Flight might be quick.
I can cast invisibility on us.
That's cool, yeah.
I gather them up and murmur to myself, it is one of your... and away we go.
All right, Vian, I'll give you that invisibility since this is not a heat of the moment thing. Like I said, in your time in the present, the west side of Avalon is heavily developed, but right now things are very different. The buildings are small and look, exclusively residential. The neighborhoods that you pass over look very rough. We're talking like, not quite Gangs of New York rough, but pretty close to that. And as you get closer to the Benedek River, which is the river that separates Avalon from New Jersey, you basically see really that far out, it's just all marshes and fields. There is a maze of footpaths cut through those fields. And if you were stuck on the ground, it might take you forever to figure out where you were going. But from the air, you can easily spot an old, overgrown stone well in the middle of one of the fields, about 100 yards from the shore.
Okay, that's it right there.
I'll land us fairly far away so that we can walk in if anyone is to be keeping an eye on the well.
Great. And we're invisible right now. Do you all want to appear as the folks who robbed the bank making the drop, or do we want to stay invisible and just scope it out?
We can scope it first. I mean,
Okay. Because technically, I don't think like the plan, if I read the mind correctly, Rick, was that like you drop and you leave, right? You're not even supposed to be there when Twister arrives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, it is a drop point. It's like it is designed for stealth. Essentially, you drop it in there and then you get out of there so that there's nothing conspicuous to draw anyone's attention.
Okay. In that case, I could cast images and make a bag down there, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, here's a thought. What if we just stay invisible and then, or we do the, a fake drop and then just stay invisible until someone comes to collect it?
Great. It's my little magic is burst, so it's on all of us.
Okay. So, I mean, they might have someone watching it. How would you be able to do an illusory 2 guys walking towards the well, dropping a thing and leaving while we're all invisible, or should we wait and hide and do that first and then?
According to the rules that we've set, I can do one. One of us can appear as them.
Oh, I meant like could you do like an illusion of them not as us?
It's magic. I guess we can do whatever we want. You're right. Yeah. Okay, great. So as we hover or land or whatever, however we perch, I'm going to cast illusion at Big Magic Rick. And I'm just going to make it appear like they do the drop. Just
all right, what level are we doing illusion?
I mean, this is so small. This is small fries. 4. 8 plus roll is 10.
Yep, you got it.
Great. And so yeah, as we do that, I'll just quickly conjure invisibly, and the 2 gangsters walk in with a giant duffel bag of the money, and stroll over, and it appears that they drop it in the well and stroll off.
Okay, just so I'm clear, where are you right now? The 4 of you are hovering in the air. You're landed nearby. What are you doing?
That's up to you, Doc.
If we are remaining invisible and Vian can cast from the air, there's no reason to land.
Oh, we just hang out above it, maybe?
Yeah.
Great.
Float.
We're gonna float above the well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How high above the well?
It's gonna be a pretty healthy amount. Like I'm thinking 20 feet. Enough that if for whatever reason something inhibited my ability to fly, we would not die from the fall, but enough that you're not going to walk into us.
20 feet. Okay.
Yes, I love these questions. Do you touch the door with your hand?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're hovering 20 feet above the well. Vian, you project an image of the 2 gangsters from the bank dropping a duffel bag down there, and you with a little concentration, I guess, keep the duffel bag illusion kind of alive at the bottom of the well. Okay, so what is your plan now? You are just waiting to see if somebody comes and picks it up, right?
Just staking out the joint.
Yeah. Okay.
In a cloud of silence, because I do not want to prevail excessively upon Maria's impulse control to remain silent.
Okay. And every once in a while you can hear Maria's like, "This is so cool. Beatrix Blast once turned invisible."
Bennie is gonna, because they won't be able to hear us around the silence, right? Like we can talk in here and it's gonna stay quiet.
That is the aim of this. The orb of yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Bennie's gonna, Bennie is like a film media like buff, like historical stuff. So like if she's anything like me, she watches the classic movie channel. Like in the background all the time. And so I think she maybe has seen a bit, maybe if there was like a feature film that was made, like or something, like maybe she's seen, so she'll indulge Maria and we'll talk about what she knows about Beatrix Blast, and we'll encourage Maria to tell her favorite stories about that involve what we're doing right now.
Yeah. Okay. You have seen. They took the chapters of a serial called Beatrix Blast versus the Moon Snail, and they edited that together into like sort of kind of sloppy looking feature film that kind of plays every once in a while on very late night. What would have used to be late night TV now would be like on some TCM or something like that.
That's exactly.
Yeah, and
so Bennie will just indulge Maria and let her talk about it because this is very fun.
Yeah, and Maria is like, she's just like, yeah. So Beatrix Blast had to get to the moon, right? But like the shuttle was broken, so she had to like go outside the shuttle and like literally hold the engines on using the mechanical arm things that she had, like this kind of like robot like suit that she wears that gives her like super strength. So she's holding the rocket engine on when it gets to the moon, but the moon snail can see everything coming to the moon. So Beatrix had to have her assistant Harvey turn on the invisibilator, which turns everything in the shuttle and outside it invisible. But just because they're invisible, it's that the moon snail doesn't see on the regular human wavelength. So it still knew something was coming, and she's just like just rattling through the plot of
Bennie just encourages it. We'll quietly whisper, and if Kadrax and Vian do not need to be involved if they don't want to, but
she not simply apply local fusion containment to the rocket? This makes no sense to me. It's far safer than the physical constraints of being torn from the ship.
So like we I guess collectively
just very quietly asides to Vian. This makes no sense.
And every time you do that, Maria's just sort of like, oh my God, you would know for real because you're like a real space hero, right? So did you ever fight the moon snail, Kadrax?
I have not yet had that honor nor that glory.
Do you remember stuff from being in Ulaz's head? Like, you were with us. I mean,
I guess maybe some stuff.
Because technically, you went to space.
I kind of remember something like that. There was like a Crystal City, right?
Yeah. So kind of you're inside a sort of a suit that makes you stronger. I would say that makes you pretty much like Beatrix Blast.
And there was another planet that made Ulaz sort of feel all sad inside.
Yes.
I kind of remember that. But anyway, so the moon snail can shoot fire out of one nostril and this weird, like, sticky goo out of the other. Which I guess could just be snot. I don't know. And like,
on the moon.
Oh, but there is. You should see Beatrix Blast takes off her helmet and discovers that the moon has air on it. And it's pretty cool, too, because she's able to use the air to create a big, like, wind vortex vacuum thing that sucks the moon snail into one of those big moon craters. And as she's going off and just
but everybody, I just need to. That was
right.
I'll do that.
Oh my God. 11 out of 10 would watch this serial.
And I am so endeared.
And as she's telling that, Bennie, you think you hear sound from somewhere beneath you, but you don't see anything.
Oh, hold on. I want to try to like, I'm going to poke at Kadrax, who is like carrying us, and kind of be like, sir, is there something, or am I just getting nervous?
Kadrax, give me a ping roll.
That die was cocked between two good results, so I got neither of them. And then I got something very bad. Love that for me. That's fantastic. I have to do math. I'm so sorry. 14.
I'm sorry too. I hate math.
No, 13.
Okay. You 13, not of your all-time best, but you're just pinging, the ground, the dirt. This is not anything fancy. So you are instantaneously able to detect that way down in the well, there is a person.
Someone is in the well.
Did we just not see them climb down there, or is there another way in from the bottom?
And Beatrix is like, let's get him! And there's a green crackle, and bam, you just bamf away and appear. You are now at the bottom of the well. And standing in front of you, there is another one of these gangsters in a dark pinstripe suit and fedora. And as you appear, he kind of stumbles backward, shocked, and then he raises one of those futuristic looking weapons at you. Roll initiative.
Oh gosh. Well, are we still invisible when we come down here?
Oh, technically, yeah. I haven't dropped it.
Oh, you were invisible?
Yeah, we've been hanging out invisible here the whole time.
Yeah.
So you bamf in, and there's like a green crackle of energy that just comes from the teleporter, and the gangster just kind of stops and looks around.
I'm gonna turn to Maria and just be like, wait.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop the illusion, which was the bag of money.
Oh, the bag. Okay, yes.
Yeah. No. Invisibility's still up. That's little magic. Rick,
the gangster's like reaching for the money when suddenly it's like it just like vanishes.
I would like
what the hell?
I would like to cast binding.
Oh, sorry.
Let
go of my allies. Turn on aura.
Ooh, okay.
Give me big magic, little magic, Vian.
Big magic, because little magic is maintaining invisibility.
What level?
Let's go 5. I love this little game we play. Actually, make it easy. I just want to be a successful 4.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Okay. 8 plus 5 is 13.
That will do it very easily.
Happy birthday, Taylor Swift.
You have binding at level 4.
Yeah.
If you want to use it, you make a coordination test against the target's coordination.
Yep.
So yeah, you see this man in the tunnel. If I had to cast him, I'd say he's maybe Josh Hartnett. Like I said, pinstripe suit, fedora, carrying one of those futuristic guns, and he is just, what the hell? And he starts like kicking around, on the ground, like as if the bag, he's lost sight of it, lost track of it. He has absolutely no frame of reference for seeing it just vanish before his eyes.
I would like to hit him now.
Well, he doesn't see you, so this is a surprise attack. Kadrax, just give me a prowess roll.
Okay.
Oh my god, why don't we do invisible combat more often?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Great question. 13.
Just Rick, for binding.
You're doing it now?
Oh, I like the second we landed, like the bag disappeared. I would cast that, and this is not in conflict with Kadrax's move. I think that these two can go together if mine is successful, and if not, then I'm glad the doc is here.
All right, give me your binding roll.
That is coordination versus coordination, so that's 3
but it's surprise, so he's 6. Not. It's going to work automatically, I guess.
Great. 6.
6. Yeah. Okay. And Kadrax, Kadrax got a 13, right?
Correct.
Kadrax, you Vian cast the binding spell. And what kind of bonds are they, Vian?
It's rope, but specifically from Hitchcock's rope.
Wow, that's very specific. But yeah, okay. He's suddenly just caught up in a rope as Kadrax just clocks him in the head. He can't move. He's being surprised, and he just falls like right over onto the ground. He's like, what the hell?
I want to. Oh no,
Who's
I don't.
Doing
okay,
that?
I'm gonna set a rule for myself just quickly, so we have this canonically. If I can't drop just one, if I'm doing a blast, I can't drop one invisibility. So if I drop it for myself, it drops for all of us, right?
Yeah.
And
it's a single action that applies AOE.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. And we're still like under the cone of silence, there, Doc.
No, we are not, because I swapped to aura to put 15 damage into his face just now.
Okay. I might not know that though, so I'll whisper over because I did not realize that. Should I drop the invisibility or?
I think he
wanna...
might be aware we're here.
Great. I'm gonna reach out my hand to Benny and reach out my hand to Ulez. And as I drop it, I would like to phase the three of us.
Okay. And then the gangster is just like, "What the hell? How did you do that? Where did you come from? Who are you?"
Just some concerned citizens. What's your
But
name?
you ask the very same questions we will ask of you. I'd like to put my foot on his throat now that he's knocked down.
And Maria's like, "Cool!" And she puts her foot on his throat and tries to put his foot on his throat, but of course she's phased, so it just keeps going through. And
It's
like,
it's
"That's
important,
cool too."
Maria. One foot per throat. Would you like to try?
I can't. My foot's phased.
Next time, perhaps.
Foiled by safety.
And
Darn.
the gangster's just like, "What the hell do you want?"
Where were you going to be taking this?
Kadrax, make a willpower roll.
Oh boy. Good luck to this dude.
Really? No. 7.
7.
I'll be interested for his mind again. It's fine.
I'm not taking anything anywhere. I'm just taking my gun for a walk in an underground tunnel, and you can't prove otherwise, coppers.
Underground tunnel.
Oh.
I turned to Kadrax.
I was right.
And did I say underground tunnel? I meant in a well.
He's very
There's no
predictable.
tunnel.
Mr.
No.
Whitlow apparently has some sensibilities that involve underground tunnels and wells, which is very interesting. But I guess if you've got a brand, commit to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know Mr. Whitlow?
I can say I am familiar with his work. I've been in possession of some of his what would you call them, acquired items in my past.
Is that right?
I think I'm wearing the necklace. Actually, I don't know who has the necklace.
Vian, because he casts with it.
Vian,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to who has something that things that look nice, but that's okay. Okay, if I don't have it, that's fine. Benny doesn't know that was part of it, anyways. But I was just like, that's a thing that looks cool.
I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. Who do you think you are? You know, why are you questioning us when clearly we're here to test you? You failed, by the way.
Make a willpower roll.
Oh God, I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. Okay.
Why do you have one of the best? I think you probably have our best willpower stat. So why
that doesn't mean the things.
Make a willpower.
It's very humble.
No. I'm fine making the willpower roll. I'm just that doesn't mean that the things that are coming out of my mouth make any sense.
That's what
Which is
die is for.
Very intimidating.
Surely, okay, that's what I'm freaking talking about. Okay, that's a 13.
Test, huh?
Yeah.
Look, all I was supposed to do was get the bag and bring it back down the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And then leave it at the hideout.
Yeah, correct. Did you get to do that though?
Well, the bag disappeared.
Yeah, you were not being on your toes like you're meant to be.
Hey, look, you want to deliver it to Twister? Just head straight down this tunnel, and he points to a crack in the wall, and he's like, go until you see a manhole cover with a red X painted on it. Climb up there, and bingo. That's where the hideout is. Twister ain't there, though. It's just the professor. But leave the bag, and Twister will get it.
I know this. I'm glad you do. But thank you for. We'll put that in our reports.
Unfortunately, because you failed this test, we will have to confiscate your weapon. You are clearly unfit to use it. Give it to me.
You taking it back to the
think
professor?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And he just hands it to you.
All right. I will take it.
And he's like, can you untie me now?
Yeah. And I'll just take binding off him.
And the ropes disappear, and he's just like, that is some trick.
We're implementing some new skills in the ranks.
Yeah, well, I'm implementing some. I'm getting out of here, and he kind of gets to his feet and kind of looks around, and he's like, later, and he heads into the tunnels and kind of disappears into the shadows.
I turn to the two of you and just go, that was incredible. You got every single piece of information that we needed to know.
Yeah, I did not expect that to work. I was just kind of talking because he was making me mad.
I expected to exert significantly more coercion on him.
Yeah. I think Twister Willow might need some more loyal crowd because that was way too easy. Who am I? I look like I am like a temp somewhere. Like I don't know why. Why would I have info about Twister Whitlow?
The dangers of
Temporary
having
what?
high willpower and low intelligence.
Yep. Correct.
Nonetheless, we should go and find this professor, as that is surely the origin of these weapons.
Yes.
Do y'all want to be invisible again?
Might as well.
Honestly, right now, I'm just kind of following along with your plan. This is going so swimmingly.
Yeah, might as well be invisible.
Great.
We've not
I cast
begun to swim.
I
Yeah.
cast invisibility on us again.
I'll put inaudibility on us as well.
Great. Let's make our way through the tunnel.
Little match pair.
And you make your way down this tunnel. It's kind of a long walk. It feels like it could be 10, 15 blocks worth, beneath the city.
Whoa.
And eventually you find this manhole cover that's got a red X painted very sloppily on the bottom side of it. Who climbs up first?
Ping, how many people are above?
Give me a ping roll.
5 plus 12, 17.
You detect one person.
There's one person up there.
Okay.
That would be the professor, I'd assume, right?
I would not make such assumptions, but there is one way to find out. Nonetheless, we have the numbers.
Great.
It's
Let's
true.
go in.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up first, since you asked about that, Rick Bud.
Okay.
I was gonna say, do we want to send like one person up, like with the gun in case it's the professor, and I'm just curious as to who's up there. If we go up and start blasting, maybe we won't get any.
Yeah, you know what? Hey Doc.
We super can. Like if we want to do that, I'm also very on board with that. But I don't know if we want to do any other subterfuge first.
I'm gonna cast. No, not just not, so you don't have to do a million things. I'm gonna make you look like the gentleman we just interacted with.
Good.
Ooh.
And that way, if the person we meet above is in fact that gentleman who also went into the tunnels, then I can hit him again.
Yeah.
Perfect. There we go.
Best of both worlds.
And that's where you just imitate a humanoid shape, which is called, as I scroll through.
I'm already doing that.
Yeah, but that specific the humanoid you
form?
just saw.
No, that's what I have.
It's
But
not
this one looks
mimicry.
better.
Well, how are you doing it? Are you doing it right as alternate form or casting an illusion, or there are a couple of different ways you can sort of achieve this effect?
Transform.
I think
or
that's what
image.
he's trying to. That's what he's trying to.
I
Find.
think it's transform. Let me find
Okay, yeah,
But
transform.
I already have a transform.
it.
Wow. Stand to live, everyone. They'll be here all week.
And there's
Yeah,
nothing you can
transformation,
do about
and
it.
you can turn into a humanoid. So that also, Doc, you don't have to use any of your spell slots essentially to sound like the gentleman either.
Oh, excellent. I can put it all toward violence.
All right, Vian, give big magic, little magic.
This is big magic.
All right, give me. Oh, you're gonna get this. Never mind.
Okay. 11.
Yeah. Okay. I rolled a 1. Yeah. So that transformation is on. Oh, did you do it? Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. Whatever level, it kind of works the
Right.
same. So you transform Kadrax into this gangster who kind of looked like Josh Hartnett, who was cast with Josh Hartnett, and pinstripe suit, fedora.
Mm-hmm.
Kadrax, you are
Hot.
ready.
Sorry. Yes.
Right, but also in character. Great. All right, you're good to go, Doc.
Very well.
You go?
Who has earbuds right now?
Everyone except Maria.
Maria and Vian, yes?
Bennie does
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, Maria's is built in.
Maria's has one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bennie does not.
Benny's the one who doesn't have it. Right. Okay. You lost it. Right,
no, Maria's the one who cannot give it or crush it or...
Yeah. Dawn fried it with,
Right.
with emotional turmoil.
Then if I am in peril, you will hear.
Great.
You will not hear, Bennie.
Maria's like, we will
I'll be informed
right
swiftly.
there.
Yes.
Or it will be very, very loud, and then you will also hear, but that would be much worse. Goodbye. I am climbing up now.
All right, you climb up the ladder and you push this manhole cover aside, and you find yourself in a darkened room. Kadrax, give me intellect roll.
9.
All right, it looks like a basement. You can see piles of lumber, cinder blocks, spools of steel cable. You start walking around. It's clearly some sort of storage area for like construction supplies. And you look closer and you see that some of the bundles have shipping information still on them. They are all addressed to the Moonlight Majesty Concert Hall in Bray Square, Avalon. There is a single set of stairs leading up to a closed door.
And the person that I observed via ping?
You don't see them here.
Okay. So I would know that they're just a little higher up?
They are higher up, yeah.
All right. This materials basement appears safe to proceed into, the person being up a flight of stairs. We may be beneath a concert hall. And yet we did not need to practice. I'm going up the stairs now.
Do the three of you stay down in the tunnel or come up to the basement?
Let's go up to the basement just to get closer.
Okay, yeah, Maria just bamps you right there.
No, it didn't matter anyways. We got
I reach up for like the next.
Right.
Kadrax, you head up the stairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
You open the door at the top of the stairs and you emerge into what would probably usually be the backstage area of the concert hall, but you can see immediately that most of the theater has been dismantled for, what looks like renovations or something. There are no sets, there are no curtains, there's just a stage, but there are no seats where the audience would normally be. It looks like they have all been removed. And right in the middle of the seating area, there is a woman with her back turned towards you. You can tell from where you're standing, her hair is blonde. She's wearing what looks like a lab coat and working at a long bench that has been set up in the middle of the room.
Professor?
And she turns around and you can immediately see, lab coat, glasses. If I had to cast her, I'd say she's a Laura Linney. And she looks at you and she goes, "Yes?"
I tried to shoot with this fancy gun you give me, but it don't work none.
And she puts down the tool she's working with and starts walking towards you. And when she gets to like the edge of the stage, she says, "You're not Jake. You're Star Choir."
Do you too sing with the resonance?
And she says, "I do." And while the two of you are just staring each other down, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll pick up right there when we get back. We are, I don't know, it looks like $70 or something away from opening up the After Credits Lore Drop. Thank you so much, everybody, for everything you've donated. We will be back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Thank you. And we are back. Thank you for bearing with us. We are, I think, $70 from unlocking our After Credits Lore Drop. Thank you so much for everything you have donated so far. Yeah, this close. So when we last left off, Kadrax found themselves face to face with a bespeckled, lab-coated person who quickly identified them as Star Choir. And she looks at you and she says, "Did they send you here for me?"
I didn't know you were here. I didn't know there was anyone else here now.
What are you doing here?
I was sent to this planet as a scout.
So they're preparing an invasion.
Not for
Is it
some time.
Well, that's good to know.
Why did they send you?
They didn't exactly send me. My name is Cassandra. Although here on Sol 3, I'm Professor Norma Soliday. I worked for the conductors at one of their weapons design facilities, but I started to question how much good the Star Choir was doing with those weapons. Long story short, I upset too many higher-ups, and I found out they were planning to arrest me and send me to one of their military re-education camps. So I stole a ship and I left Beta Pixidus, and one thing led to another, and I found my way to a wormhole that led out here on Sol in Central Bay. It took me a while to figure this place out. I was very literal at first. In fact, I wound up with the name Norma Soliday because when I applied for an ID, they asked me who I was, and I said I was a normal Sol lady. Luckily, they misheard. That was about 10 years ago. I have a life here now. At least, did.
You did? What's going on?
This is what's going on. Twister Whitlow is holding my husband, Frederick, as a hostage. If I don't keep building these weapons for him, he'll kill him. I worked for a research firm that makes advanced tools for geological exploration and construction, and I created, using my Star Choir knowledge, a harmonic wave generator that has numerous applications in those fields. It can do everything from breaking up rocks to, sonically mapping inaccessible areas, like a bat's radar ping, if you know what I mean. The Port Ruby Standard did a story on me and the tech I was creating, and Twister Whitlow apparently read it when he was in prison. And then he broke out and he kidnapped Frederick, and then he came to me and said I had to turn the harmonic wave generator into a weapon or Frederick would be killed. He even gave me his jacket to prove that he had him, and she kind of points to the end of the bench. There's a blue coat sort of slung over it. How are you involved in all this?
I have arrived where I was needed. Maria, this place and time are for both of us. Could you bring them all up here?
And then, like, before you even have the word "here" out of your mouth, it's a crackle, bam, and the three of them just appear, like, right next to you. And Cassandra kind of, like, jumps. She's like,
Hi.
Are you also Star? You're a keeper. And Maria is just like, sort of.
Also part human. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
You're not Star Choir.
No.
These are my
And
allies.
You're not Star Choir, though. And she looks at you, Vian, and says, you don't really give off any vibrations.
Yeah, that's called being ace.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I
need
said
to go
what
lay
I
down.
said.
I'm gonna go.
God,
Yeah, honestly, I think we should probably just end the show right there. I don't think we're topping that, folks. I'm sorry. Oh my God, Do I see correctly? We have unlocked the third goal. Am I reading that right?
I mean, it was
you.
a very good joke, so I would assume yes.
It happened
Thank you
before. I was
so much, everybody. So yeah, lore drop coming. Thank you. Y'all have been so incredibly generous with us this season, as every season. We are super grateful. And she just kind of doesn't know what to make of your comment, Vian.
Sorry, I should clarify. I'm a ghost.
A ghost.
Yeah, real quick. Hey, Doc,
Well,
we trust this person, right? I started answering questions before quickly checking with you.
We are going to aid this person. Yes.
Okay, great.
This is the help. This is where we're needed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, got it. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Absolutely. We've got some detective work on our side. We've got some firepower, quite literally.
Oh, I'm Bennie, by the way. Hi.
Hi, Bennie. I'm Cassandra.
Vian figure.
Vian.
Mm-hmm.
What is your name?
This is Maria.
It's an unusual name for a keeper.
Again, part human.
Yeah.
Part human. I am fascinated to know how that works, but perhaps now is not the time.
Yeah, usually differently. That's right.
And she looks at you, Kadrax. What is your name?
My name is Kadrax Eversinger.
Eversinger. Are you affiliated with the Temple of Phonos?
I have been certified by them, if that is what you are asking.
Certified. You're saying you're an Eversinger?
Yes.
It's pretty cool, actually.
I do not enjoy it. It is painful most of the times.
And she kind of like holds her hand to like your breastplate, and you're telling the truth. An Eversinger. There's really an Eversinger.
Choir is a wondrous multitude. It surprises us yet.
I can't imagine the conductors are too happy about you. Is that why you're here?
It will have been, yes.
Will have been. I would be fascinated to talk to you if I survive this ordeal. But you should go.
That is going to happen. Yes. What do you know about this Twister? Where might he be keeping your husband? Is he also Starkwire?
My husband?
Yes.
No. He's a human.
When you asked about her husband, did you glance over at the jacket?
Probably in that husband, to indicate context sort of look, not in the subconscious eyes. But yeah.
I wander over and I'm just gonna give a little shoulder tap to you, Doc, as I head over to the jacket. Excuse me. Do you mind if I just check this out real quick?
Are you a policeman? and Maria is like, as if.
No, I'm a spirit of justice. A little bit of the opposite situation. I'm gonna postcog the jacket.
Give me postcog roll.
Heck yeah. Let's do this. Actually, first, sorry, not to slow us down a little bit. First, I'm gonna do a straight up detective check on the jacket in general for anything.
Okay. Like an investigation roll? Give me with all your investigatory bonuses.
All my investigatory bonuses. I love that. Okay, that comes out to an 11. Still very good, but it was a very low roll.
You can see one of the sleeves. It looks like it was torn. You guess perhaps maybe, the wearer of the jacket was grabbed or something abruptly.
Okay. In that case, I'll postcog specifically that point. Like I'll start from there.
Okay. Give me a postcog roll.
Okay, with this 4+ roll. 9. Almost the best I can do.
9. Okay. You're broadcasting this?
You know what? Right now I'm not going to, for the reason of I think this might be very sensitive visual information. So I'll just go ahead and just keep it internal.
Okay. You touch the part that's torn, and you go into your little dream state.
Yeah.
And suddenly, you see a small, kind of dumpy-looking room that might be an unfurnished apartment, and you see a man kind of thrown across the room, and the shoulder of the jacket sort of tears as the person throwing him kind of lets him go. He is maybe 50 years old. If I had to cast him, I'd say he was Steve Carell. And he is... He falls on the ground next to like a window that's got bars on it, and is strangely like kind of circular in shape. It's like a circular window with bars. And 12. You said 12 you got?
That is correct.
You got 9 is what you got, right?
Yeah.
So you can hear... You hear very loud noise coming from outside. It sounds like jackhammers, maybe several of them. And the guy on the floor sort of turns and looks back, and standing in the doorway, there's another man. He is, played by Daniel Craig. And he sort of looms in the doorway, dark pinstripe suit, fedora, looks just like the other, gangsters. And he looks at the man and he says, I'm your wife's new boss. She's getting some work done for me right now, so you just sit tight and don't do anything stupid. And when she's done, well, maybe you two can be together again. And then it ends.
Great. Okay, great. I've got that information. Sam, I totally cut off your reaction to finding out that the husband's human.
Oh no, I did that as a purely visual reaction. So no, there's nothing further there. They would not speak further of this thing. It's just, that's a thing.
Great. In that case, I would like to use big magic. It doesn't really matter, but I'll just say it's big magic for right now. I would like to cast telepathy to form a mental link between us.
Between
all of us. Except for the professor.
All the ones who wouldn't be
the
traumatized
team, yeah.
by seeing this.
Yeah.
Give me telepathy, big magic. Give me.
Yeah. But I'll do this. This is it. Just works. So I'm just gonna cast. It's level 7. But I'll cast it at level 2.
Yeah, it doesn't really
Right,
matter.
it's not opposed.
Great.
I mean, honestly, right? It's like
11.
You've got that. Since it can work at basically like any level. So yeah.
And then I'll just quickly, like in my mind, just like hey, everyone. I just postcogged the jacket. Here's what I saw. Note the sounds and the window, and then I deliver all that information.
May I try to construct a mental map of those jackhammers based on how far away they are and the different positions are going to come in at slightly different times, like that sort of principle, to figure out, that one is across the street like 800 feet away. This one is to the southeast like 600 feet away.
This is like a complex task.
I mean, it's working off of my sound capability, in effect.
And working on your sound capability on Vian's postcog projection.
I suppose, yes. My output will be as good as, cannot be better than the input. Zoom and enhance and all that.
Caitlin, you have something you want to say? You just made a big, you made a big I have something to say face.
Well, not something to say. I just think I have I have a thought, but we can wait until the if
Okay.
Kadrax is making a roll. It's fine.
Kadrax, this is going to be very difficult since you are working off of, Vian's ghostly projection rather than, if you were in that apartment, this would
Right,
be
I don't have
fairly
source
easy
audio.
for you. Yeah. So give me a complex task roll.
I feel required to spend a point of determination on this.
Now, I believe you have a point of determination, and there are 2 community
I
points.
have
Are you
2
using
right now
yours?
by my count.
You have
Because
2
I
by
was
your
up to
count?
3 and spent 1 last episode.
Okay, I will believe you on that because you are honest Sam, and that means you have 2, and the community bank has 2.
Okay. In an aggregate of not from around here, I am from around there. And not you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us like the team, but kind of like in Star Choir.
Huh. Yeah, okay. Star Choir, right? Yeah, I think that's close enough. I like it narratively.
2 of them, there's one that covers, but both feel very like half the list.
At the very minimum, yeah,
I'm
it's like
upholding
this
my
is
oath.
upholding your oath. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's all of everything. Someday I will get the one that goes down all the values list and hits all of them at once. But today is not that day. Today, 4 plus 2 plus 9 plus 3 is what I've got. Let's see.
15, 18.
Yeah, that makes sense because that's what I get if I rolled a 6 and I rolled a 4.
All right. I'm gonna call that a moderate success.
That's terrifying.
Well, this is very, very hard
I believe
because
it.
it's like there's not that much that kind of information in Vian's postcogs. So what I will say is you would get the feeling that wherever this location is, it is within 50 to 75 yards of wherever those jackhammers are.
What? Professor, does your husband work construction?
My husband, no, he's a math professor.
Is that near the bridge at all?
The bridge?
The construction on the bridge.
The construction on the bridge. Oh, you mean the new bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he doesn't work anywhere near there.
Well, I guess they could have just brought him there, but I figured if they snagged him.
It seemed, based on the way that Whitlow talked to him, that it is where he was being kept.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it seems he is within 50 to 75 yards of a construction site, and the bridge is not an unlikely one.
I love that she has no basis for what we are talking about
she has
at
no
all.
idea how we got this
or how we're
information.
extrapolating this. She's missing we all went quiet for a few seconds, and then we're like, okay, so construction,
Yeah, well, she's well, the McQuilly Bridge is still in its early phases, if that's what you mean. I think they're doing construction on both the Avalon and Baronsdale sides right now. I don't even think there is a span.
Yeah.
So we need to find a building with circular windows within 50 to 70 yards of one or the other end of that bridge.
Rick, real quick, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Was the room rocking at all in the postcog, or was it stable?
Of course.
You did not perceive that kind of motion, but
there wouldn't be a point of reference because the window points at the sky, not the shoreline.
Yeah, the level of clarity you had, sort of your 9, does not necessarily rule out that that could have been happening, and you just weren't perceiving it because you didn't have a frame of reference.
That's fair. Well, we're on the case. And we'll find them. Don't worry about it.
And she says, I guess you're my only hope. And this city's Twister Whitlow wants to build an army of gangsters with sonic rifles. He's thinks not even the G-men would be able to stand up to him after that, and he's probably right. If you don't find Frederick, I'll have to make his dream come true.
No, you will not.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be fine. This is what we do.
Be careful. They have a bunch of those rifles already.
Well, we have a Kadrax, so.
Did you put any method of deactivation into that one that we could access?
I didn't really have the time to think ahead like that.
Hey, I have a question. These rifles, they have sonic energy that they're running off of. Is that right?
Harmonic resonance.
Harmonic resonance. Is that constantly running on some level within these weapons?
How do you mean?
Like, would we be able to detect these weapons if we were able to track that type of energy?
They shoot harmonic resonance. They are powered by ordinary electricity.
Okay. Well, we just got to get them to blast at us then. That's great. That won't be a challenge for us.
What kind of stuff are they doing? Like robbing banks? Is there like an orchestrated movement of crimes happening where, we might be on the lookout for that type of thing happening if we know where to look next?
Twister Whitlow did not share that kind of information
That's
with
fair.
me.
That's understandable.
That being said, he's a gangster, so I'm sure if there's a bank nearby, he'll probably be planning to rob it.
Okay.
Poorly.
Yeah, poorly.
Yeah. We already stopped one
Yeah.
earlier today. All right. Well, let's go get your husband.
Good luck.
Thanks.
And she goes back to work on the rifle she's assembling.
Don't build any more of those in functional form. And prepare to deactivate any you come across. I'd like to hand over one of the two that I've collected so far.
And she says, I have to build the rifles. Until Frederick is safe, I cannot take the chance that Eelfal and Twister Whitlow will return here and find that I've been trying
Perhaps
to...
I'm not making myself clear.
foil
Although I'm
him.
sympathetic to your plight, these weapons cannot be given to the humans. We are going to do everything we can do to save your husband, and we will in fact be successful.
Then do it, and it won't be a problem.
Is there anything you could do that maybe you're still building them, but they only have one blast?
I can try and work slower, but that's all I can do.
Okay.
Don't know when he's walking through that door. He could walk through that door right now.
That's a great point. I'm going to use small magic and cast invisibility on all of us.
And, as you disappear, she's... Well, that's a neat trick. Maria's like, he got so many cool tricks!
Thank you, Maria. Shall we fly?
Yes.
Okay, and you pick up and head... do you go out the way you came in, or do you try and head out like the front door?
Up to your discretion, Doc.
Let's see. Exits from... Let's go out the backstage entrance. Not the tunnels. But not the front door.
Great.
Stage door.
Okay. You exit into an alley. It is the same alley that you first appeared in here. And you fly up the alley. You see Wellington's department store right ahead of you. And you zip up over the building and head where?
Which side was? Did the radio say which side the accident was at McQuilly Bridge? 2 workers were killed, but it was only described as an accident, nothing further. What side was that on?
It actually did not say.
I didn't think it did. I tried, but I thought maybe.
Hang on, let me confirm that. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the mic. No, just said two workers were killed in an accident during construction of the bridge.
Then perhaps we ought to. I mean, we can just go there, or we can pick up a newspaper and confirm from the story which side it's on. Up to y'all.
Or if we're like near Maid Road, can we just see if there's a newspaper stand somewhere?
Sure. Yeah,
maybe there's a lad saying.
Yeah, this is
snatch one from him.
There are newspaper stands out, newsstands everywhere. So you pick up a copy of the Port Ruby Standard, and while you're doing that, Maria, sneaks over to the the comic book rack and starts digging through the pulp magazines, this story is on the front page. The news proprietor is kind of eyeing you, waiting to see if you're going to buy it. Are
we not still invisible?
Oh, right, you're invisible. Okay, so never mind. Yeah. I'm not going to make you roll for this. Yeah, it says
broad daylight.
I was going to opt that we like steal it from like the table that someone just like left it at, like at a cafe or something like that, a pre-purchased issue.
No,
okay.
I really just want us to read the front page while the proprietor is chasing after the wind that's blowing his Beatrix Blast comics everywhere, and like his focus is drawn between the two.
You're right. We
and
don't
so
need to
we
take
just
it with
read
us.
the front
Yep.
page.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I'll give you this because it is just on the front page. You find the information that the accident was on the Avalon side of the bridge.
All right. Avalon, let's go.
All right, Jake, you want to put up the Avalon 1934 map for another minute or so? The McQuilly Bridge is south. It is, that bridge. It is the same bridge that you during last season's finale fought the Knights of the Red on. And it is right there all the way to the south. It connects Monroe Harbor to Ridge Gardens. And you can see there on the bridge, on this map, that it is unfinished. There is just the off-ramp on either side of the bridge. Little Microsoft Paint, I was able to just color the river right over that thing. It takes you, 5-10 minutes at the speed Kadrax flies to get that far south. And you can see as you come close, like I said, the bridge has no span at all. It is just essentially, you can see even over, you are so high, you can sort of see to both sides. There's just kind of like these on ramps, that looks like eventually they're going to put the span between it. At the base of the ramp on the side of on the Avalon side, there are, I don't know, 2 or 3 dozen workers, hard hats, seasoned construction types. And you can definitely hear jackhammers running.
Okay, I opt to look for a boat. What do y'all think?
Yeah, check and see if there's anything, I don't know, anchored and sticking around.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation roll.
All right, here we go. That is the first pumpkin of the game. Hopefully,
Yay!
So there it is.
Wonder if if there were, the pumpkin had abandoned you.
In our time of need, pumpkin arrived. 15.
It's the great pumpkin, Vian Vigor. You said 15?
Yeah. A real man that hangs out with children. Look it up. Don't look. I mean, it's just my theory. Don't look it up. I haven't put it anywhere, but I believe that Charlie Brown is a grown man. 15.
But he goes to school and talk. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Never stop learning. Yeah, 15.
So you fly up the street that leads to the ramp, it looks totally different than it does in your era. And you fly over the ramp. You are invisible, so nobody sees you. And you turn, you turn north for a minute. You follow the shoreline to the north, looking for anything that might have circular windows. And along the way, you spot one or two buildings with circular windows, but they're, the wrong size. They don't have the bars in them, that kind of thing. You fly back south and follow the shore towards the south, on side of where the bridge will be, and same kind of deal. You see some buildings that have some good candidate windows, but you don't really see anything. And then you realize that basically right under where they're putting the bridge itself, there is like a boathouse. And that boathouse has several small ships kind of anchored in it. And along the top part of the boathouse, there are circular style porthole-ish windows. And for 15, you can see that, I'll say there are 5 of them. They all have bars in them.
Okay, let's Doc, do you mind if we land on that boat right there, that boathouse?
Absolutely. Ping?
Give me a ping roll.
Let's see. 16.
16. 16. Okay. You ping the building, and what do you get for 16? For 16, the floor with the circular porthole windows is the 3rd floor of this building. And it is unusually crowded. You pick up maybe 10 or 12 men, or 10 or 12 people, let's say, inside. There's one particular room that's got 5 of them in it. The rest of them are kind of spread out. Some are sitting, some are standing. 2 or 3 of them are actually laying on the ground, perhaps sleeping, maybe, that is what you can get.
Do we still have telepathy up that I could convey that directly?
I don't think Vian turned it off, did he?
I don't think so, no, because I was using big magic, I believe, for that.
Right, and for a small league, would have to burst. Or...
Yeah, because little
Invisible
magic
with
has the
burst,
burst. Yeah, so invisibility is being used for little magic. Telepathy technically hasn't been brought down yet.
So I think I will convey that directly. I don't know what that's like for humans, I realize. I'm just doing the counterpart of you did your power directly to us, so I don't know what Dark Knight O-Vision is like to y'all, but that's what you receive.
Can I say it's like the mental equivalent of like talking too loudly when you have headphones on and you don't realize like the volume of the room? So like it just kind of you.
I don't want to be attacked.
Okay, great. So we get like a sense of like where everyone is, but it is like jarring because we did not expect like that.
Yeah.
Like yeah, okay.
So that's
just like suddenly know where people are located without being like explicitly told. That's cool.
It is cool.
The understanding.
Yeah, and so you were still invisible. You are hanging in the air. There's all 4 of you there. What are you gonna do?
Y'all want to do like a quiet stealth mission? We're gonna blast a hole through this.
I would prefer not to take risks that result in my permanent death.
Great. I'm in agreement with that. Benny, how about you and I clear this first room, open up a doorway or a ladder or something like that for Kadrax, because you can't phase without it hurting a lot.
Please no.
And we'll just go until we find the professor's husband.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I hold out my hand to you, Benny.
Yep.
And could it be like we just like that kind of clasp?
Yes. Yes.
And it's like, and then we just like sink down as I phase you, and we're still invisible.
So you are sinking through like the roof of the boathouse into
whatever room is below, but one that like is that we can then like climb up a ladder and like open the door for Kadrax.
There's no like door on the roof.
I see.
I mean, Maria can always like bamf them in.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Wait.
Let her know.
Okay, hold on. If we're all rewind for a second, we could each pick like 2-2, pick a room, clear it, and then meet.
And then take on the one with Prive if need be.
Yes.
That's a great idea. Just be prepared, because we can phase through. So this will be team phase and then team teleportation. Team teleportation, your presence will be alerted the second you arrive because of the crackle of electricity.
Oh, will they still be invisible if they're out of your...
Yes, Maria?
Oh, like the wind.
Yep. Okay, great. And
now we'll clasp and we'll say...
Yeah, so we clasp and then stop talking about the thing. Okay, great. And then we clasp and then we'll...
Let's start with Team Benny Vian. Vian or Benny. We'll workshop it. So...
Be on the alert. There we go.
Wow. Sam Delev, everybody. So, yeah, Benny, Vian, let's say you start at the room that is southernmost, all the way to the southern side of the building, and you just drop through the ceiling. There is sitting in there one of these gangster types, with the pinstripe suit and the fedora, back on the head. He is sitting in a chair, which he's kind of like leaning back onto, its back legs. And he's got one of these high-tech rifles, and he is like polishing it with a handkerchief.
The only guy in the room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to let go of Vian. I'm going to lava just one arm, and I'm gonna deck him. I want him to good night.
So you are unphasing, right? You are letting go of him. Yep. Okay. You can lava up the one arm instantaneously now, thanks to minor changes, and this is a surprise attack. Mm-hmm. So give me prowess roll. I don't roll. I just want to see.
He got excited. It's fine. Okay, prowess, and this is an attribute roll using my power, so I can use my power specialty. It's prowess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I always want to make sure.
Pretty sure that's what that means.
Okay, that was the description you gave me, so that's how I always say it. Okay. And
we all know I never mess up the rules.
Never in your life.
No.
Can't mess them up if most of them are homebrew.
Right, yeah.
That's right. I don't mess up the rules. I just spontaneously change them and then spontaneously change them back.
It's a play test.
Yes, thank you, sir. How'd you do?
That's 15.
15.
On a surprise.
All right. You just clock the guy from behind with flaming fist, and he just did you punch him from behind or from the front or the side? Which way did you clock?
We'll go side. Why not? Yeah.
Okay, because he was like leaning back in his chair. He goes flying back, out of the thing. He falls. The gun hits the ground and discharges. There is a huge burst of sonic harmonic resonance, and it just blows the wall out of the boathouse. And you start hearing people from the other rooms like, what the hell's going on? And you hear footsteps start to run.
I mentally send out a message. Hey, it's good. It's still good. It's still good. Trust me, as someone played a lot of GoldenEye, creating a distraction, not a bad thing.
Benny turns to Vian and goes, I did not think that through. Is he knocked out though? That was 16 points of
he's
damage.
so knocked out. He might be knocked out for good with a 15.
Ooh, oh no!
I mean, he's not dead, but
Okay,
he's very out of stamina. Let's say.
Let's let them deal with this situation. It looks
Meanwhile,
like right now he just fell over. Yeah.
At the same time that this is happening, Team Kadrax Maria.
Finders
Maria?
keepers. I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, we'll workshop it. You bamf your way into the room that is furthest to the north. There's one guy in there, and are you still invisible?
That's a Vian question.
Vian, are they still invisible?
I haven't brought it down. I'm
Okay.
on magic duty right now.
Fantastic.
So he just sees like the electricity, like that green crackle, appear before, because of the quantity teleporter, and you see him. He like picks up his gun and he's like, "What the hell?" And he's like, he's like, "Hey, I think I see something," and then he looks around and he's like, "Maybe not."
I let go of Maria, I crackle my aura on, and I circle around him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to dive for his legs.
He does not see you, of course, at all. You dive for his legs. This is a surprise attack. Give me prowess.
Absolutely. You want to be below the gun height.
Yeah, you do, for sure.
I cannot overstate the extent to which that is true, Rick. I would have loved it to be the case. For a 9, is it in fact the case, though?
In a surprise attack, that'll get it done.
All right, we did
with
that.
your aura on, you deal
15.
So that guy, 15. Yeah, you hit him, and I guess he like tumbles over, and his head smacks against the wall so hard he just goes right out. And you hear Maria just like, "That was so cool. That was such a Beatrix Blast move."
Get his weapon and get rid of it if you can.
And she goes to pick it up. You guys, you all can see each other when you're invisible, right? So it's like
we've narrated in this episode as if that is the case.
As if that is the case. So I'm going to stick with that right now.
So at least today's invisibility. Maybe Vian, if Vian wants to troll us later.
Yeah, Vian's discretion. So
this is golden era. We can do whatever we want.
You can see her pick it up. If anybody else was looking, they would just sort of see like this floating gun, and she's like, "What should I do with it?"
Into the ocean.
Okay. And then crackle, bamf. And as soon as she disappears, you hear from all the way down the hall this loud kind of blast, and people start to yell, "What the hell was that?" And you hear footsteps start moving.
Oh, so things are going well.
And that's when you get the Vian. We're good.
Yeah, you get the Vian's message now comes through.
This is a good thing. This is a good thing.
So 2 of those 12 are down. Vian, Bennie, what do? You were in the room. You now have a large open hole that leads to the outside in one wall and a door that leads to the adjacent room right next to you.
Should we just wait for them to come here and then just pick them off?
Be busy while you if you have time to clean, you have time to clean up these baddies.
I do want to look around though. Like what else is in this room?
Nothing really. Just the chair, that rifle that has now, fallen to the ground. And
does the guy have any sort of keys or a walkie?
Oh, you want to search him?
Vian, do you want to search him?
Well, I'm gonna say if I'm close to him, because I might have started to go over to catch him the second that I was I played enough games to know that you want to catch the person before they hit the ground if you're doing a stealth mission. So I might have, if I was near him, but I avoided getting blasted, I would like to actually, as they're rushing in, granted, because we established we have enough time to send out messages, I would like to kick the gun out of the hole in the wall. Let's get that weapon away from them.
Nice.
You kick the gun and it just goes flying out the hole in the wall. And then you hear a pounding on the door. And here's this, hey, everything okay in there? Hey, everything okay?
And now I'm gonna stealthily kind of like nod to like Bennie. Oh, I can send a message to my mind. Let's go find the husband.
And
yeah, maybe.
while there's no answer, suddenly the door kicks in, and there's two of those gangsters, with each armed with one of those rifles, pointing into the room, and they kind of like look around.
I phase, head over to Bennie, unphase, and reach out my hand.
Lava off. Grab your hand.
Oh, your lava was on. So as soon as they opened that door, they would have seen the. Oh no! Does the lava go invisible? I guess it must, right?
It's not
my-
extrinsic to Bennie, so
Yeah, okay.
My
If
all
there's
right.
something on fire, it would if you like.
Yeah, no, okay. That all stayed invisible. Okay, so you're both phased, and what do you do?
Head out, like walk through the door, the wood of the door,
Okay,
or the wood of the wall.
You walk through the wall, leaving those two gangsters kind of looking very confused.
Yeah.
And
Let them figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the next room over, there are two more of those guys. And as you walk, it's like there are maybe there's a hallway that has maybe 4 or 5 rooms kind of off to it on each side. I would say like 3 facing the front of the building, 2 facing the back. Each one of them has 1 or 2 of these gangsters in them. And you can sort of see, that the door all the way at the other end of the hallway is shut. That would be the room, Kadrax, that you are in. And give me an investigation roll, I guess. Kadrax, what are you doing while they're exploring?
So like my Sam Belev's favorite genre of video games is the stealthy sneak up behind, and then when you're close enough, it's like press R1 to silence strike.
Yeah. Honestly, that adds up.
I know it's very character consistent. It's not usually Kadrax, but then Kadrax isn't usually invisible, but with the capability of flight and just drop it. Like I want to just like start, especially since it sounds like people are going down the hall. Just come up their 6.
They're living
on whoever's the most behind. Pull them back, do 15 damage into them, and then down.
Okay, Kadrax, you open up the door of the room you are in, and you peer out, and you see the same hallway I just described. And yeah, there are a whole bunch of these gangster guys kind of like peeking out of the room. Some of them are standing in the hallway, and there's one of them who just looks like he stepped right out of a door that's in a room adjacent to you, who's kind of standing with his back towards you because he's facing where the blast came from. Do me a favor, make a coordination roll. 10.
That's average for me. My coordination is very good.
Yeah, that will actually work. You come up behind him, no creaky boards, no giveaways, and you give me a prowess roll. Like you didn't like step on anything that gave away your position, like
Oh, creaky boards! I heard cookie boards, and I thought that there was like some slang term that I wasn't aware of. Like, yes,
cookie boards.
You don't want these cookie boards.
I mean,
charcuterie,
like
but
technical charcuterie. Yep, I'm fine.
Okay, so give me a prowess roll.
Let's see, 5 plus 12.
All right, so with your aura on, you just grab this guy around the neck, and it is just by means of touching him, it is just this huge shock to his system, and he kind of just. What do? You pull him back into the room that you're in, or do you just drop him?
Let's see. I'm going to drop him because the dragging would make noise, and I can't cover that noise right now because I'm too busy being deadly.
So you drop him.
Yeah, if I can sort of like tackle into his room, because he's the only one in his room, yeah, that I can see?
That you can see.
Right, that I can see. It could be that the next one is going to be an adventure. But yeah, I think it's just into that room so he's out of sight going into that room.
Okay.
So I can kind of control the descent with flight instead of trying to drag him or something.
You push him into that room using flight, and there is, in fact, another gangster in there who sees the body kind of come down. And he's just like, what the hell? And he grabs his rifle and just fires it in the direction of the doorway, assuming that there must be somebody there.
All right. Make my reflection roll, it sounds like.
First, make a coordination roll.
Would you have gone down with him to put him down?
That was
how I
it's
understood.
6 on a die plus coordination is 7. I don't know what, if anything, I add to that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
13.
Make your reflection roll.
Ooh. Not as good. Let's see. Yeah, that's yeah, because it's power says something. I think it's just an 8.
Okay. He fires the rifle. It hits. It shoots in your direction. The door comes off of its hinges, and the door hits your reflection and flies off to the side. But the harmonic resonance blast goes right through that reflection as if it wasn't there, and it hits you directly, and you feel it. It's like getting hit with a voice, and it does 4 damage to you.
All right, that doesn't tickle.
And he's just standing there looking around because he just fired in the direction that a body fell, but he doesn't know that. He still doesn't understand that you're standing there invisible, so he's just kind of standing there looking around.
Then I will understand him. I'm gonna go into him now.
Prowess or?
Yes.
Okay.
11.
11. Okay. With your aura on, you easily just clock that guy, and he goes flying back and right out like a light. Dropping his rifle to the ground, it does not discharge.
Vian, please. Oh, no, wait, we have telepathy. Bennie, I'm sorry again about earlier.
I can't hear. I don't have a. Oh no, you just telepathy. Yes, yeah.
Yep. I do it on that.
You're good. You're good. I told you to. It's fine.
No,
We're fine.
I'm not. Oh, it hurts a lot when that goes in on you. Don't get hit with these. Continue.
And as you're talking, as you're thinking, another one of these gangsters kind of comes down the hallway, looks like he's about to prepare to fire, and then there's a green crackle, and Maria bamfs in and is like, stay away from my friends, and grabs him, and there's a crackle and bamfs away. And then outside the window, that circular window of the building, you just see the guy fall right past the window, and you hear like a thud.
A thud?
Maybe it's over the water, maybe it's over not. Either way, you hear a thud.
Well, I don't know
we
if you
did
remember,
just
but
take a
Maria's
child with
little
murder
murdery.
tendencies. Yeah, we did take a child with murder tendencies into a battle, so.
I mean, look, and then you put them with Kadrax, the fewest compunctions.
I sent a message. Hey, Maria, let's drop him into the water, maybe. Just in case we need to question them for stuff later.
I don't know why we need more than one, but okay, you're the boss.
I take my head off, like my fingers off my temple, and turn to Bennie and just like, oh God, this kid.
I love her.
Yeah, Maria and I will have a talk later. So okay,
Bennie and Vian.
Yeah. We're just kind of strolling through.
Yeah, and you make it to the other side of the hall where Kadrax is, but you have not seen Frederick. Just a whole bunch of these gangster guys.
All right, I'm gonna go down one more level, scope it out.
Face through the floor?
Yeah.
Going alone or taking Bennie?
Bennie, you want to come with?
Kadrax, you good?
query. Did you all clear the room with 5?
We're still looking for it, I think.
You passed it.
Oh, we did
You
pass
just
it.
you just walked
because
right
they broke
past
up.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're invisible and phased. I just had you basically just
Yeah.
walk right
I
down the
see, I
hall,
see, I see, I
you know,
see.
with impunity.
Yeah. Just that one was one of the rooms that was no joy. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I am fine here. Am I pacifying additional hostiles while you are searching?
Oh,
If you'd
that's
like
completely up
to,
to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I look to Maria. All right, let's continue.
They got this up here.
She's like, yes.
Oh boy.
So the two of you phase through the floor.
Yep.
And the second floor of the boathouse is very different. It is sort of just like one wide open room that has like sort of kayaks stacked in it, like sort of rows of them. And you find yourself standing in the middle of one of those rows. They're kind of like on these racks. And give me an investigation roll.
Great. 9+ roll. Come on. 12.
You don't see anything, but you think 5. Yeah, no, you don't see anything, but you think you can maybe hear like a scratching sound or something coming from somewhere to the north.
I head towards the noise.
All right, you walk towards the noise, and you see the man from your vision, Twister Whitlow, sitting in a chair, and he's got a nail file. He's got one of these rifles in his lap, and he's just like filing his nails very nonchalantly.
Are there any other weapons in sight?
You don't see anything, especially not for a 5.
Okay, we walked up to. I just want to know if there's another gun on the table. Okay. Well, we have range. Should I?
Yeah.
What do?
If you want to go for the stealth knockout, we can do that. Or if you want me to take off our ability to mentally communicate, I can also just teleport his ass out of the ship.
That's fair. Do you want to haunt him?
A little bit. I mean, a little bit, but I also don't want like him blasting holes, all over the place. But it sounds so fun, and I've really held back on bad ideas in this little adventure.
Because he broke out of prison. He could probably easily do it again. And like do I scare him? Like,
what do you know about him that we could use? You studied him, right? Don't you know some information about him?
I know a little bit. Everyone talked about him in Bellwood. Like everyone knew about him. Everybody knew. Supposedly he had treasure buried and ended up being at the bottom of where it used to be, but then our middle school ended up getting built on top of it.
Do you know when that happened in this timeline? If that was before this or after this?
Do I know that? I feel like
that happens after this.
Shit.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and place myself at one corner of this room. If you want to get behind him in case he gets a little fidgety.
Okay.
And his name is Twister Winlow. Is that right?
Twister Whitlow.
Whitlow. I gotta make sure I get that right for when I haunt him. Okay, great. And I slowly slink my way away from Bennie.
I'll get behind him.
Say out loud, Twister Whitlow.
Are you still invisible?
Yep.
And he kind of stops filing his nails and looks around, kind of shakes his head and goes back to filing his nails.
I would like to lava on just my hands, and I want to get like the back of his neck. Not touch him. I'm not going to touch him, but like, room is heating up. Like I want to give like some strange sensory effects here while he's being haunted.
Such a ghost thing. You know this because you were a kid that grew up like doing paranormal stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
It's 100% like temperature changes. That's totally a thing.
Yeah.
While this is going on, Kadrax, are you and Maria clearing the upstairs?
Best we can, yes.
All right. Tell you what, to keep this moving, give me a prowess roll. I'm gonna just use as how you're doing in the fight in general.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. You know how we have 2 points of community determination and this is going for the whole fight, and also these weapons permadeath me?
Yeah, whatever you're
Thank you.
asking. Yep.
I want to get rid of as many as
Yep.
possible.
All
Because
you.
if they trickle into the timeline, I'm gonna be so upset.
Yep.
So upset. Oh, I'm so sorry. I asked for the community determination.
No,
My
just
6
beef
on
it.
the die. So
Yes,
Take it.
yes, juice it, juice
Go
the
for
hell out of it.
gold.
Is that a 20?
Oh, yeah.
Dirty
Actually,
20 in this
that's
game.
a dirty 20.
Yeah, baby, woo!
All right, Kadrax,
It's about
you are.
time.
Yeah, this is like one of those action scenes where it's like you're just, this is like one of those hallway fight, you're like Daredevil style. You're just cutting your way down the hallway, just using all your martial arts skills, all your training, and with the advantage of invisibility. Yeah, it's just you are cutting through these guys like they're not even there. And you can just hear Maria like behind you, just like kind of cheering and being like, yeah, get him, Kadrax, woohoo, yeah. Meanwhile, while that is happening, is that our first 20? I guess.
Yeah.
So,
it is.
wow. Okay, somebody write down this date.
I did. I just did.
Is it on the 20th?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Look at us go. I love this for us.
So Benny, you put your lava hands towards the back of Twister Whitlow's neck, and you can see him kind of scratch his neck, and then he starts to sweat a little bit, and you see him like rubbing the sweat off the back of his neck. But generally, he just keeps doing what he's doing.
Twister Whitlow, this is a fire that you cannot avoid. Your deeds will not go unpunished, and there is no place you can hide your treasures that they will not be found.
He stands up and grabs his rifle and starts pointing it around. He's like, "Who's there? Who said that?"
Do you believe in a conscience, Twister Whitlow?
And he just turns towards the direction your voice is coming from and fires the rifle, and like it just knocks down like a whole bunch of those kayaks just go flying, across the room. And he's just,
it's all wood. Doesn't hurt me.
Yeah, no, nothing happens to you. Yeah.
What's on the desk?
On the desk in front of him, is just
a newspaper, anything like.
He's got a newspaper. He's got his nail file. He's got an ashtray,
a
pack of cigarettes, maybe? A lighter.
Is there like a coffee or like
glass? He's got a glass of scotch and a bottle of scotch.
Okay, I would like to put a finger into the I'm gonna do the bottle. Actually, I'm gonna set some fingers on the side of the bottle, and I want to try to boil the whiskey.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. And
I'm gonna crouch down. He's shooting around, so I'm gonna crouch down and just kind of like put my fingers up there while he's shooting.
The whiskey starts boiling in the glass, and he's sort of looking around. He's just, he reaches into his coat and he pulls out like, he's got like a, handgun too, like, and he's just kind of pointing one gun in one direction, one in the other. He's like, "Who's doing that?"
These are the actions of your own consequences, Twister Whitlow.
The hell do you? What the hell? What?
Is the newspaper open to the front page?
Sure.
I want to tap the finger on where the people who died on the docks, the accident on the docks, I'm not to burn from that point out on the. So if there's like, it'll scorch, it'll probably flame a little bit, and then theoretically it'll just. If it gets big fire, I will scorch it, but I just want like a little bit of flame to start in front of him. Vian brought fire into this, so I can provide, man.
and he sort of looks. He's like, "You ghost to one of those workers?"
I am the drips of your blood-drenched soul, Twister Whitlow. I am the echoes of the empty cavern that is your mind. You ask who haunts you, Twister Whitlow. It is you who haunts you, Twister Whitlow.
I ain't got a soul.
Then ask yourself this, Twister. Why are you so scared if you have no soul to save, and yet hellfire consumes everything around you?
I want to heat him up again. I want to get close to him and
he kind of feels that, and he's just, what do you want?
You can start with a good deed, Twister, but that might be not enough. What's one good thing you could do right now, Twister?
I could kill you.
Kill me? And I start to just like laugh maniacally.
And he like fires another blast from the rifle, and it just kind of just goes off and, tears a hole in the wall. And
where are you shooting, Twister? Where are you aiming?
And he's sort of, looking around, and he points his other gun, in your direction. And he fires off 2 bullets, and they kind of just like ricochet around the room. And
with that noise,
nothing happens.
I'm going to then take that opportunity to like move closer, and then just stand behind him. I recommend, Twister, you follow my instructions. Run.
And he starts to walk very slowly.
I would like to light the bottom of his pant leg on fire.
Yeah, you know what? You reach down and you touch his pant leg. I'm not even making a roll for that because he's like sort of so easy to grab right now. And it kind of comes on fire. He's like, holy God! And he starts like kind of, like kind of, dancing around, putting it out. And while he does that, he pulls the trigger on his handgun, and it fires a shot, and it goes up through the floor. And Kadrax, that bullet comes up through the floor just as you are punching out the last gangster, and it hits you right in the neck. And you go right down as you start choking on your own blood. And everything goes black for you. Did you have your aura on?
I did, but also I can't reflect something I'm not aware of.
Oh, fair.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Ooh.
So you go right down, and Maria sort of catches you, and she's like, Kadrax, and it all goes dim and goes black. Now, meanwhile, downstairs, the 2 of you don't know anything's going on. So what are you doing?
We're haunting the shit out of this guy. He's
Yep.
backing up and trying to put his pants.
Yeah,
little
he's kind of trying to
out.
put the fire out, and now he like drops the sonic rifle and starts like leaning down to like kind of beat it. His pant leg
goes
with his
out.
advantage.
This is what I want to do. It goes out. He pats it out. It was just a little fire, just enough to scare him, and then it goes out. He pats it out. But I'm gonna take that ember and like spark it again, because I can control fire that already exists. So if there's an ember, I want to spark it up and have it like run up his leg a little bit more. And when he deals with that, I'm gonna do it 3 times. See if I can. Just a small amount of room, but just enough to freak
coming in and coming out, and he's just like, "What do you want? What do you want from me?"
Let the man go, Twister, and then
What
run.
man?
How dare you insult?
The geek? He's in the trunk of my car.
Let him out, Twister. And I want to be right up against his ear. And you don't feel it because there's no breath or anything. It's just because I'm a ghost. I'm dead.
I would like.
It is.
I also, while he's doing this, as Vian gets more like angry voice, I want to like I'm just gonna put my hand on the newspaper on the desk, and I'm gonna use that fire to like envelop the whole desktop in flames, like hellfire style.
And as the desk goes up, he just goes tearing out of the room and running downstairs. You hear him like disappearing down the stairwell, and he goes into the street. Maybe you go over to the window to watch, and there's a car parked right in front of the boathouse. He kind of goes to the end of it, and he like starts fumbling with his keys. He pulls it up, and he like pulls this man who saw Frederick out of the back of the car, and he's like go, and he runs around, and he gets into his car, and he's like starting the engine, and there's like a green crackle, and bam, Maria appears right on the car, touches the hood of the car, and there's a crackle, and bam, whole car just disappears. And then a second later, bam, she reappears right next to the 2 of you.
Maria, what did you do?
I brought him back to prison.
Oh.
You know what? I'll take that. That's great.
Okay, yeah, great. Maria, fantastic. You had a real quick spike of a character arc. Okay, great. Yeah, 100%.
Well,
Fantastic.
you said
Alive,
I can't
right?
kill anybody anymore. I
Yeah.
think
Okay,
we would have
great.
been better off just killing him, but
No, you took that to heart, and I appreciate that. Okay, great. And now he's scared, and he's gonna go somewhere. Perfect. This all kind of makes sense. Where's the doc?
got shot in the throat. I
Oh
think
shit. And I
think they're dead.
I drop. I mean, I guess I'll just run up. Like, as much as I want to like cast flight on myself and fly up, I don't think I'm thinking. So I just like race up the stairs.
Yeah, and you find
Fire out in
Kadrax
the desk and
laying
I
in
follow.
the hallway. And Maria's like, I tried my healing powers. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey Benny, I'm gonna sit with the doc. Do you want to go get Frederick?
Oh, yeah, we got a guy outside. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And I drop I drop invisibility on us.
Okay, to speed things along, I'm going to say, Vian,
Hi, Frederick. Just like
Benny, you find Frederick and fill him in on that you are here to rescue him. And Vian, you sit with Kadrax for a while. Kadrax, obviously you are dead. Maria
Thank you,
helps bamf your body back to the concert hall, where the two of you reunite Frederick with Cassandra. And Vian, I'm going to say that, again, just to keep things moving, you explain that Kadrax is coming back, and Cassandra is very interested because Eversinger, and she invites you back to her and Frederick's home in River Grove to wait for Kadrax's resurrection. Kadrax, you come back, but this time, instead of 8 hours, instead of 7 hours, you come back in 6 hours. And you awake in a strange bedroom. Cassandra sitting in a chair next to you. And as you take your breaths, hey, it's okay, it's okay.
They shot me. Maria.
She's okay. She's in the other room with your friends. You really are an Eversinger, huh?
If you didn't believe that, why would you have let a rotting corpse be in your room for that many hours?
Touché. And
Did
she
they get
hands
your
you a glass
husband?
of water. Yeah, Frederick's okay. He's a little shaken up, but he's sleeping in the other room.
What will you do now?
Well, the first thing I'll do is dismantle all those rifles. But right now I'm more interested in you, Eversinger. How long have you been on Sol 3?
I have passed almost 2 Earth rotations among them.
You really want to go home?
Me, not rotation.
You really want to go home, don't you?
It is not productive to desire what cannot be achieved.
And how are you liking your time on Earth?
Their food is strange.
What's your favorite food?
Have you tried the rice?
I enjoy rice. What's your favorite baseball team?
Which one is that?
What's your favorite book?
Oh, Grey's Anatomy.
What's the nicest vacation spot you've been to?
What is a... No. I know this one. I don't know that applies to... Yes, it does. There was an island with dinosaurs.
How many have you been to?
Islands with dinosaurs? Just the one.
Do you ever go out dancing?
You said you have been here for 10 revolutions, have you not?
10 years. We call them years.
You have acclimated. You dance and go on vacations.
Kadrax, there is a lot wrong with this planet, but there's a lot of good too. And I can tell you're not digging in. You can live among the humans and you can work with them and you can even be their protector, but you're not building yourself a life, a new life. And until you do, you'll never be more than a strange visitor from another planet. I think you should dig in. But you got to decide that for yourself.
I imagine you're right. It would give me great comfort to have a home again. But maybe they need a stranger. In a strange land.
And she looks at you and she says, maybe it should be as much about what you need. And before you can respond, you look up and you notice Maria standing in the door listening. And she says, are you okay?
Yes, I'm feeling much better. Thank you.
She's like, oh, she seems so relieved. And she walks back into the hallway. And Maria heads to the living room where she finds Vian and Bennie, the two of you, say, waiting for Kadrax to wake up. And she's, don't worry, they're okay.
Already? Jeez, what?
Yeah.
Bennie looks at the clock for the fourth time. She's probably been checking every 5 minutes for the last 6 hours. Okay, that's new.
You know, I heard Cassandra talking to Kadrax about having a new life. I don't think I want to find my parents. I think my place is with Ulez now. And with you.
We're happy to have you, Maria.
I'm happy to be here. And she comes over and she gives you a big hug, Bennie. And then she looks over to you.
So big.
And she looks over to you, Vian, and she's like, who wants to come see a Beatrix Blast serial with me while we still have the time?
We have to, and I think we need to go find, I bet there are tons of toy shops. I think we need to find you a little blaster that we can take back with us.
Okay. And sorry, wrong one. As it turns tonight, I'm going to say the four of you go out and catch a showing of Beatrix Blast meets Flash Gordon. And it is, they're showing all 12 parts of the serial, so it takes a while. And
can I quickly just add, really, I know it's towards the end. Can I just
absolutely.
add, and this is horrible of me, but can I add that on the way, we legally purchase a handful of comics, and then I put them into a case, and I turn to Maria and go, these are going to be worth so much in the future. When we go back, these will be graded, and they're going to get a 10.0, and it's going to melt down the entire comic book economy.
And she looks at them and she's just like, well, we're still pre-Superman here, so anyway, she takes those and puts them away, and the rest of you go. The four of you go see Beatrix Blast serial with Cassandra and Frederick.
We eat so much popcorn, And I do want to see if I can find like a little toy Beatrix blaster that we can take
absolutely.
back with us.
Let's say you are able to find that at a toy store built conveniently near the theater. And that is your night. And the following morning,
I object repeatedly about the science of Beatrix Blast into Vion's ear as we watch. But also
with telepathy.
Yeah. I mean, or just like for me, it's probably just the most idiomatic just to voice whisper non-disruptively to everyone else.
Okay, if you do that, I just want you to know, Vian then whispers back, just like geeking out about like 1930s cinema technology, about like the different reels and how like in a couple years it's actually all going to change because the military is going to invest a bunch of technology into like.
Oh my god, no! You're talking to Benny's talking to you about like that is what Benny wants to talk about.
This, we have a little silence bubble, and we're all a little MST3K inside the bubble.
Maria's just like watching it, like eating popcorn, and the three of you are having this like multi-layered conversation, just like in telepathy. And the next morning, by the way, you finally caught the date. Saturday. The next morning is Sunday, August 19th, 1934. Your adventure was on Saturday, August 18th. And with everyone well rested now, you say goodbye to Crescendra and Frederick. Vian, you were about to draw your time control rune when Maria says, "Wait 1 second." And she kind of digs around and comes out with that USB key that Molly gave her. And she plugs into the back of her head. Ooh, I can feel it working. I think this should get you Ules back. All right, I'm ready. Let's do it.
I want to give Maria another hug before we go.
Yeah, you give her a big hug as Vian starts to draw his time control rune. And the crystal starts to glow, and it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And then it flashes so brightly, all you can see is that blue glow everywhere. And then, bam! Before you can even see anything, you feel this burst of freezing air. The wind is whipping and howling, and you see little flecks of something hitting you. And as the blue light fades, you realize you are standing in a forest in the middle of a blizzard. The sun is rising, and in the distance, you can see the tops of snow-covered mountains, and you are at an equivalent elevation to them at the top of a mountain. And from somewhere nearby, you hear the howls of wolves. And we'll pick up right there next week.
Every week I think we're going home and then we get further from it.
Thank you so much. This was a fun one.
Oh my gosh.
I might have to write Beatrix Blast versus the Moon Snail or whatever it was.
It's so that is so much better than it had any right to be, Bud. So first of all, how dare you?
No, honestly, I am just trying to keep up with what the three of you keep giving me. So real quick, go around the table, tell the good people where they can find you, starting with Caitlin Bruder.
I'm Caitlin Bruder. You can find me on Twitter at KKAMABR. It's where all of my things will be. You can also watch me play more games on Wednesdays, twitch.tv/Rule of Lore, 6 p.m. Pacific, where we play our superhero spacefaring cipher system game. We're nearing the end of our final season, which is really sad, but also very exciting because terrifying things are happening. What else do I do? Oh, you can find me on Coffee, where I'm doing like sneak peeks, and you get fun stuff from me if you get in on those memberships. I'm working on this month's snail mail gift, so
Moon snail mail.
I will put it into consideration.
I mean, that would be haunted. We know the moon. We know to beware the moon.
Beware the moon.
And now
snail.
we know why.
There's the answer. It only took us 5 seasons, but we figured it out.
Everything in Power Play comes together eventually, and we meant it the whole time, Power Players, the whole time.
Oh yeah, totally. We didn't just make this stuff.
It's all scripted.
No,
oh, wait till you get the payoff of the princess that Caitlin pretended to be a couple seasons ago. That's gonna be.
We'll workshop that one. That one's happening. That one's still in the writer's room phase.
We will definitely pay that off somehow. Omar Najam.
Hey everyone, I'm Omar Najam. You can find me at Omar Najam on Twitter. I am this Tuesday coming up over the wonderful channel of Pixel Circus. I am you get to meet my Tabaxi character Jibe, who I love in a story that's really exciting. So if you like this kind of stuff and emotions and like fun hijinks, but also a lot of deep moments, check that out. And a bunch of our friends are on that show as well. Please visit our Discord because we got some stories popping up of all of our fun villains that everyone did. I believe, if I have it correct, I think Caitlin, your character is coming up this Tuesday, so keep an eye out for that, everybody. Please check out our poetry sections that go up on Saturdays. Our friend librarian Liz just put up an incredible poem, and I'm just so blown away by the talent of this entire community. That includes everyone who watches this and supports the show. So thank you so much for being brilliant and filling this world with art. And on that note, I would just like to reiterate, please check out Caitlin's Coffee. I am a proud member of it. And it just, with everything going on, I can't tell you how much it makes my month to get an envelope with art in it from one of my favorite artists. So
Full
please,
of to
it spills every time I know, and every time it still manages to get everywhere. But it is paper confetti, so it is sustainable and fine.
I did get on purpose. That was on purpose.
Yeah.
Sustainable chaos.
Sustainable chaos, as is the power play way.
Definitely check out. Oh, sorry.
No, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah, definitely check out Omar's villain stories and check out the poetry reading. And by the way, you can write your own poetry and post it in the Discord if you want. We would love to see what y'all have to offer. So that's something. If you feel like you got a poem inside of you, just put it up there in the Discord, and I promise you we will see it. Sam Belev.
I have a poem, probably not, but here's a song in my heart from Kadrax, Eversinger, and I proved it tonight. I'm Sam Delef, role-playing performer, variety streamer throughout the Twitternet. My schedule is on my About page at twitch.tv/Delevely. That's Delevely. Of particular note, if you like Rule of Lore from Caitlin and Infinite Horizons, I just participated in Rule of Lore's Ramblomancy interview. That VOD is still live, meaning that they have now collected them all.
Got all of us now.
For Ramblomancy power players, we got weird and abstract and into the role-playing equivalents of film language and role-playing technique.
Samblemancy.
Yes. Yes.
So catch all of that. If you want to find other events I do like that, follow my Twitter at Tchaikovsky, ChaiKovsky.
And I am Rick Bud. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at rbud913, or you can follow the show at Powerplay RPG. I will be back here next week with these three people, plus the returning B Zelda. So definitely come check that out. We will have the whole team back together again, Voltron style. On that, the theater goes dark, and we are on Avalon on Friday, September 17th, 2021. It's morning, and we're in Bray Square. Construction teams are busy erecting scaffolding around the Leland Cypress Tower, recently damaged when the team battled the Knights of the Red in the tunnels beneath it. But otherwise, it's a day like any other. People file in and out of the subways, shoppers fill the sidewalks, theater goers wait in line for surplus tickets to the performances that'll start later in the afternoon and the evening. And a bus of tourists pulls around the Perfecto building into the square. Through a small PA system, the tour guide says, "And we are now entering Bray Square, named for explorer Harold Bray, who lost his life exploring Central Bay in the name of the English crown during the 17th century. Bray Square is home to some of the world's biggest businesses and corporations, as well as some of the city's finest restaurants and shops. And Port Ruby's world-famous theater district is just over there," and he points to the east. "Yes, you are in the very heart of the biggest city in the world right now." And the tourists kind of ooh and ah and take pictures of everything he mentions. And he says, "In fact, some of the buildings, like the Perfecto building there, are among the tallest buildings on the whole planet." And the tourists all look up at the tall building. And as they do, one by one, their expressions change from awe to curiosity to puzzlement to fear. Shadows suddenly begin to loom over the square as the guide continues. And on your right, you can see the famous statue of Port Ruby's first mayor, Ansel Watt. Mayor Watt was considered, and when he notices all the tourists are still looking up, he kind of stops and he looks to the sky, and above Bray Square, there are now 3 enormous spacecrafts. They're roundish. They kind of look like giant pods made from bits of jagged rock, and each is roughly the size of like a football stadium. And with the PA still on, the tour guide says, "Holy shit!" And on that, we cut to black. Thanks for playing with us.